Building downtown. Building downtown.
Hey, yo, it's the Building Downtown. You can follow us on social media at The Building DT. You can follow and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm your host, Jason Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. You can follow my co-host, Kirill Kasatskiy, at Kirill Raps, KRILRAPS. And you can follow my other co-host, Amy Barton, at Ames Bell. Holy shit. We have a guest today for you motherfuckers. Some of you may know him as Mr. Daco. Some of you may know him as Joseph. Some of you may call him the Prince of the North. If you're like me, though, you just call him the best rapper that's ever came out of Canada. JD Era. How the fuck's it going, my man?
I'm good, brother. How you doing, man? How you doing, Jay?
Doing good. I'm glad we're getting to do this. That's a true statement, okay? Like, I really think you're the best rapper that's ever came out of Canada. And I mean, I'm sure you've heard that before from people that say like you're their favorite rapper, you've made their favorite song, like things like that. What's it like to hear that? I mean, I know you're grateful, this and that, but is it kind of fucking weird?
Nah, that's sick, because like that's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh shit, like you're saying the sky's blue. I'm like, yeah, word, it's blue. Nah, but no, it's dope. You know what I mean? It's dope. Fuck, man, I've always thought I was like top tier, you know what I'm saying, in this country and like on a level. And I mean, if you know my history, you know I've rapped with the best of them, you know what I mean? And I feel like I've always held my own on those records, or whether with them or solo dolo, you know what I mean? So it's right aligned for me.
Mm-hmm. And the crew that you came up with was fucking serious too, like Bishop, fucking Drake, and yes, the listeners out there like that Drake, fucking Ken Masters, Tory Lanez, fucking the list goes on and on and on. And like, to me, you were like the standout dude in that shit. What was it like in those ciphers, you know, sharpening your fucking sword every day? Because you also come from battle rap background too. A lot of people don't know that. Off the top battle rap at that.
Yeah, we used to do it off the top, you know what I mean? It was a different beast back then. It wasn't so much like the King of the Dot stuff, although, you know, like I'm always tempted to hop in one of those things, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if I can sit and write raps, you know, like it's a whole nother monster, you know what I mean? But yeah, I came up with some monsters, you know what I mean? And at the time, we were just trying to like outdo each other, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to outdo Bishop, and Bishop's trying to outdo Drake, and you know what I mean? Like we're all just trying to outdo each other and be the first out of the city at the time, you know what I mean? Like it was dope because we had Cardi as a big brother, just as an example of like how far you could take it, and guys like Maestro as an example of how far you could take it. But you know, we really as kids were thinking about taking it to like whole new heights, you know what I mean? And like to see Drake do it on that level, you know what I mean? And I've got to fucking tour the world and work with the best of the best, you know what I mean? I've got to live this shit, you know what I mean? So, you know, man, it's been a fucking crazy ride. You know, when you mention guys like that, like some of the guys, I keep in touch with pretty much everyone, you know what I mean, on the most part. But like when you mention guys, like I get flashbacks of my fucking childhood. That's crazy.
and that come up too, right? Like yes, like songs like Good Morning Toronto. You had a fucking mixtape called Coming to America. You just said, you know, you guys were like, it was the race to put the fucking city on the map, because like guys like Kardinal, Chocolate, you know, he definitely made an impact. Guys like that, Socrates even producing for Redman and Method Man, shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was like that whole thing to really like fucking to blow, like you had to cross the fucking border and make an impact over there. There was making it here is definitely not making enough noise to get the respect in the overall hip hop culture. Was there a race on?
Yeah. Fuck. I mean, for me, like I was always traveling. I was one of the guys who wasn't scared to leave Toronto. You know what I mean? And I think that's was always a gift of mine. Like I would go to New York, I would go to LA, I would go all over the place, like playing the music, and they'd be like, yo, where are you from? I'd be like, yo, I'm from Toronto. They'd be like, where? You know what I mean? Like that was their initial, you know, things. Or they'd be like, oh yeah, I heard of Toronto. You got that Cardinal guy? You know what I mean? Like that's how they used to deal with us, you know what I mean? And like for then it was just, I'd get an adrenaline rush from that shit, because I'd come and then they'd hear the shit and like, or they'd hear me rap and shit, and they'd be like, oh shit, like, yo, word, like, okay, yeah, y'all got some shit in Toronto, you know what I mean? Like I remember going to BT, like I went to the Freestyle Friday, and I didn't make it, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know. I went to Freestyle Friday. I auditioned for that shit.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's probably a gem. Most people probably don't even know that. But yeah, I went and I didn't make it. But I met so many like dope MCs that like I still like see around, you know what I mean, doing their thing or whatever, just in that time, you know what I mean? So yeah, fuck, this rap thing has been a journey for me, man. I've been super lucky to work with a lot of dope people, and I've also just like worked my ass off, you know what I mean, to kind of fucking to do a lot of this shit.
And those guys, like you mentioned, the guys closer to home, the Cardis, the Chocolairs, the Maestros, those type of guys, when you first started getting recognition from them, was that something that that you appreciated, or was it something that like you were so young you had an ego, like, yeah, fuck them, I'm obviously better than them?
Yeah, no. For me, I was always a humble guy. You know what I mean? Like Cardi, Chocolate, they always tell you like, and it was dope because I got to meet them super young. Like I got into this shit from when I was like 17, 18, running around with like soul clap guys. So, you know, they had seen me from before, you know what I mean? They saw me from before running around before I was even like really putting out records. So they always showed me love, but there's always going to be a big brother thing. You know what I mean? Because as much as like those guys want you to shine and want you to do good, like no one wants you to do better than them, you know what I mean? So there's always going to be, you know, there's always that level of competition, you know, within it, you know, no matter who you're working with, whether they're your age or whether they're older, you know, they're like rap is just, it's built for that, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just what it is, you know what I mean? Everyone come in with their little set of ego and whatnot. But yeah, man, I was definitely humble and they embraced me. I could definitely say they embraced me from early out the gate.
At what point did you start thinking like seriously about hip hop taking as a career? Was that right from fucking jump as a teenager, or was there a point when you said like, you know, I could probably do something with this and make this my life?
Oh fuck, man! I think like when I was in university, you know, like I went to university up at Laurier in Waterloo, and like in my time over there, I think I played basketball my first year, and I was playing for the team and shit. I played first year, and I was like, you know what? At the time, I was playing ball, had school, and I would go back to Toronto for shows, and it was just getting so crazy. You know what I mean? That I just started to lean more towards the music. You know, it just felt like second, like. I knew I wasn't going to the NBA, you know what I mean? So it was like, it's like shit. Like, yo, I went from high school. It's like, shit, I didn't end up at North Carolina. Like, fuck,
no Duke, no North Carolina.
You know, so after that, it was like, you know, I think I just, I started to lean in. And like, at the time, I had songs on the radio and stuff and like videos on TV. So I think all the cards were kind of telling me where I should go, you know what I mean? And luckily, I took that path, man. Like, it's been life-changing, straight up.
Yeah, I remember the Laurier days. You were doing shows here and there over Waterloo, Kitchener, Cambridge, whatever. And is that when things started to take off for you and you started to like form a plan? Because I remember back then there was like Cermak, I think was his name, was around. Johnny Rocks was around, and BMG was like forming a thing and all that shit. Is that that's when you really started to move with that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like that's when I figured out how to make a little money off of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like once you start figuring out how to make money off of your passion, then you know you're gonna go full throttle every single time. You know, like it's like it's not even a thing to second guess. You know what I'm saying? So I think those days were really dope because like looking back on them, so many like careers got cultivated. You know what I'm saying? Just from like, you know, seeing what I was doing and like, you know, like wanting to do what I was doing or wanting to be around what I was around, you know what I mean? Like so many careers and so many things have been created from just being around that energy, you know? So I'm super fortunate to say like I'm good with all those people and so many people are doing like world renowned shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like low, like there's guys that were in Waterloo and running around in Cambridge that are doing world renowned shit right now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely, you know, a part of that. So that's ill.
When you said you started feeling the first little money off hip hop, was it the shows?
Yeah, you know, like show money, you know what I'm saying? And like me, I was always selling CDs, you know what I'm saying? Like out the trunk, like we came up in the mixtape era, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was hard to get a record deal to have your shit in the stores, you know what I'm saying? So what are you going to do? You're going to just keep waiting until your shit's in stores? You're going to fucking print it and sell it out the trunk, you know what I'm saying? And like, I've always been a hustler. I've always been an entrepreneur, you know what I mean? So that was just like second nature. Like I went to Laurier, I was in Laurier for business and communications, you know what I'm saying? So like I've always been thinking like that, you know what I mean? Like I've always had a business hat on when it came to the music side.
And get used to a lot of these type of questions from Kirill as the show goes on, Era, just so you're familiar.
Yo, Kirill, you still there, dog? You there, Kirill?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just talking to you. That was him.
Yeah, no,
That was me. That was me asking your question, man.
Is your mic on?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were
Okay,
answering,
yeah, that was him. That was him. So yeah, Krill rapped in Russian for fucking like what 15 years or some shit.
For sure, yeah.
And over the past 6 months, he switched to English, and yeah, he's trying to soak up game as much as possible. So you're gonna get a lot. He's gonna be picking your brain a lot throughout this episode. So yeah, you're gonna get to give a little bit of a lecture on how to do things. Because I mean, take it back to Grind Season, that song of the Cold War Report. You said 1 million, 2 million, not in my country, or you're lucky if you sell a couple thousand in my country. That grind, that time as well. Still, it was print up discs, all that shit, where you were still like that gold, platinum status off selling actual albums. What was it like, say, mid 2000s, mid to late 2000s, when you're really starting to come out and make some moves and try to move those units? Was it damn near impossible, unless you're doing what, like you said, selling out of your trunk? Was it damn near impossible to just sign to a rap label and be a thing if you're Canadian?
Well, yeah, I mean, especially like, it's still a thing for Canadian artists to get signed to like the major labels that are over here, like Canadian rappers, sorry, not artists, like for Canadian rappers to get signed to the major labels, there's literally a handful, right now. And that's even with rap being the number one genre in the world and us having, some of the biggest rappers in the world, they still don't have a gang of Canadian rappers signed. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you can imagine, like 10, 15 years ago, like it was even more of an uphill climb. And just I think then the big thing was the overhead of, signing an artist, you know what I'm saying? And having to print the CDs and having to do all the overhead of all of that. You had to sell a lot of units, and the Canadian labels just didn't want to invest, So for me, I knew that from an early age, just because I had seen like what it was like to be around, labels when I was young, being around the Soul Clap guys and whatnot. So I knew off the bat, like, yo, these guys ain't giving me no bread. You know what I'm saying? So like, we got to scrap, we got to put up our money and do this shit ourselves. Like, that's just what it is. Like, or else you're not coming out. But we also had the influence of guys like 50 Cent. And like, at the time you're starting to hear about guys in the South, the Paul Walls and, what I mean, the Chameleonaires. Or, the big thing is, we got it selling it out of the trunk. We did 50,000 off the trunk. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you start to get your own ambitions, of that stuff, So that was really the motivation for me.
The news I saw come out earlier today, new studio. What is this?
Yeah.
Give us the details.
Yeah, no, we just I'm just always looking to expand, and it's just necessary, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always in the studio recording anyways, so I just took advantage of a little situation. Me and my partner Mike, Mike DB Music, you can find him on the Instagram, you know what I mean? That's my partner. We just got this shop up right now. We're up and running in Etobicoke, so just hit me on the DM if you need studio time, man. It's just another thing to add to the portfolio. Like, we're gonna be doing a couple things this year. I'm just I'm trying to grow. I'm constantly trying to grow.
Are you growing it into a production company, or is it just a studio that you're just gonna just record people? Or you're trying to
I just want to record people right now, man. I just want to record people and be like a hub. You know what I mean? I really want to be a space like it's just, for me, there's so much talent in our city, and like a lot of these kids don't even have a place to record. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know what that's like to have to like grind it out to figure out your way to get your money, to be able to, rap was my love. I like my everything when I was a kid, so I put my own money and my own everything all the time into studio, and like guys like Major and Face were like, they're putting in, you know what I mean? Just cause like we believed in the shit, and like, I know what that's like, so if I can help facilitate some shit for some of the up and coming kids, and, I'm all in, and it's like, it was nothing for me to put a little bread to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to be a home base for some of these up and coming artists.
Is it like a full blown studio, the whole switchboard, the booth, the whole shit?
No, you don't need the switchboard no more, man. You don't need the fucking big.
Oh, that's why I know pretty much. What is it? The MacBook does it all pretty much these days, right? But
yeah, man. But I got the U87 in the booth. You know what I mean? And I got the Avalon and everything set up. So Mike is Pro Tools, a Pro Tools genius. Me, I'm still learning this shit. Like, and that's the crazy thing. All these years I've been recording, I never really had I've never wanted to fucking learn how to record myself. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm actually taking the time. Yeah, I'm taking the time to learn the other side of the booth. You know what I mean? And it's dope because like I get a lot of artists that are coming in that I'm just seeing in this short time. You know, they come in and I'm able to lend like a quick little tip on how to record or like how to hit a line, you know, a little bit better. You know what I mean? If it's gonna help like with the music that comes out of the city, then fuck, I'm with it.
That was actually just going to be my next question. Who's the recording engineer? But I guess you covered that one.
Mike DiBiasio, you know what I'm saying, is his name. But Mike DB Music is his thing on Instagram, and I encourage people to check him out. He's sick with the mixes and stuff, and he recorded the Wish I Could record. He helped record that record, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, we're working. I'm trying to expand a little bit.
What is the rate like right now, since we're talking about it? What are you charging per hour?
Right now, $60 an hour right now is what we're charging right now. But yeah, like I said, I'm constantly trying to upgrade the place and make the space better. You know what I mean? So hit me. You know, if you're trying to get time, hit me. I'll work with you. You know what I mean? I'm open. You know what I'm saying? I know how it goes.
Are you gonna go into the mixing process too, or is it just
Mike mixes and masters as well, man. He mixes and masters as well. So that's all in house. It's all doable in house. And you know, I got guys doing commercials and stuff. So you know, if your company trying to do some commercials, you know, give me a shout. What is the name? Let's get you in there. We haven't finalized our name yet, but you could just hit up me or Mike DB Music on the IG.
Nice.
And you can see pictures of the studio. I'm gonna put this shit on my page and shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make the announcement of the name probably next week. So we're just.
It looks really dope, though. I did see the stories.
Oh, okay, dope. You've seen it in the story. Thank you. Yeah. So it's coming together slowly. I got a couple touches I'm doing to it. I'm gonna add a little plant life. You know, I believe in having some greenery inside of the space. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it cultivates a little bit of imagination.
Cultivates. What a good word.
Wow. Wow. No, I gotta be honest though. If I heard you describe it and hadn't seen it, I would have been like, oh, it's just a little hole in the wall somewhere. It's just something he's kind of doing. Like, you're not giving yourself enough credit. It's like a nice space.
It's a nice space. It's definitely a nice space. And when people see it, once I start posting pictures and stuff, then they'll get the grasp of it. Right now, I have it closed to like, you know, private people. You know, I got a lot of fucking rapper friends, you know what I'm saying? So we've been pretty busy within that, but I'm going to make the big announcement soon, let people see it properly. Thank you for that, though.
I'm actually checking it out right now. This is legit. Shit. You know what I mean? This is not just a little get together. Well, that's what I was wondering. Not a switchboard, but you got it set up pretty sweet. Yeah, proper, man. You know, I definitely had to do it proper, and I'm making all the little upgrades. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what, for $60 an hour, this is looking really good.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
So what you smoking on right now?
Oh man, I just smoked some Pink Monster, and I just ordered some pink lemonade.
Everything's pink these days.
Yeah, I'm up. But look. So like, I'm an original pink like connoisseur. Like the first like pink Kush, like before there was all these that pink this, pink that. Like that was the shit. I can't even find that shit anymore. Like I've been hunting for the original like pink Kush, like just pink. It was called Pink Kush. That was it. No special shit. You know what I'm saying? But I can't find this shit anymore. But yeah, I just ordered some pink lemonade on the way. I'm waiting for that in the morning. It should be here. You know, I stay smoking good. I always got some good shit.
Smoking good, brother. The Smoking Good song, actually. Where the fuck did you shoot that?
Oh,
that was like, you know,
video.
Yeah, that video. Yeah, that was the one with the grow up and the dispensary and shit.
Yeah, we shot that in Denver. I was on tour with Raekwon, and we shot that in Denver. It was crazy. Cartel, the videographer, he's a Canadian guy too. He came on tour with me, and he was like, yo, let's shoot this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally, if you watch the video, that's me. I hopped off like the tour bus in like my like just house clothes, you know what I'm saying, type of shit. You're just on the bus chilling most of the time, you know? So I hopped off like, yo, we're shooting this shit, and we just shot a quick video. And like, yeah, that shit is that's a special one. That's one of those ones that is etched in my brain, man. That'll forever be etched in my brain.
Yeah, and there's actually like a fucking cutscene of you, Raekwon, and other people on the bus, and you're lighting that. I don't even know what the fuck you'd call that thing. How much did that thing weigh?
There was like 10. There's got to be like 10 grams, I think, in that thing. I just remember that whole tour. Like, fuck, you know, touring with Raekwon, you know, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere you go, everyone want to just get him the best weed, you know, everyone's trying to smoke him, everyone's trying to give him the best joint he's ever had, you know what I'm saying? So So you just get people dropping off weed left, right, and center, you know. But yeah, that was one of those ones where we just had a gang of shit from one of the Denver stops. And Denver, they just became legal at the time, so it was like, fuck, all these dispensaries left, right, and center. Everyone was just like, yo, here's some weed. I met botanists, I met all sorts of people that trip, man.
Shit. Yeah, and Raekwon, obviously, I'm sure you had tons of great times with him and everything. And for the the way it went sideways, the story's out there for anyone who doesn't know. I don't really want to get into that. Quick Google search, you can find it. But coming into that deal, right? You're a fucking hip hop fan from birth, basically, right? It's Wu-Tang, and someone from Wu-Tang is trying to sign you and create a label, and you're basically like going to be one of the lead guys, if not the lead guy on it. How fucking cool was that? Like, what was it feeling like? And don't give me like the cool answer, like, yo, she was dope. Like, really, like, what the hell was that like as a a lifelong hip hop fan? And then
I mean, when in the moment, like, you're so focused on like banging out records and trying to like, outdo your last shit and get new shit ready. And like, at the time, like I was doing hyping his sets as well. You know what I mean? So like I was touring with him, so I'm doing his sets as well. So I'm I'm focused on making sure his show's good. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah.
So like it's like as much as when you think about it, it's like, yo, it's so dope. Or like it's work. You know what I'm saying? Like I was there to work and I was working. You know what I mean? So in the moment, it's fast paced, you know what I mean? You just got to keep up and keep busting your gun, you know what I mean? And stay ready at all times, you know what I mean? But the ill part is like just the people you run into on the daily, you know what I mean? Like his life is crazy, you know what I mean? Like today Nas is coming through, tomorrow RZA is coming through, you know what I mean? His life is crazy, from a hip hop standpoint.
Yeah.
Like he's from the epicenter, and he's been to the top of the mountain, you know what I mean, with one of the biggest, you know what I mean? So Every day it's something, you know what I mean? So after a while, you just kind of get used to that shit, and you got to keep working, man. You got to stay focused on the work.
Who's the biggest star that you have ever met? Actually, that's probably a fucked up question because you're friends with Drake. But aside from him, who's the biggest star that you ever came across?
The biggest person I've ever met, probably Will Smith, man.
Yeah,
like that was like a fan, like a real fucking fan moment for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what do you say to Will Smith?
So
or what did you say?
I'll give you the quick story on the Will Smith. So I see I was in Washington DC for BET Honors. They did a thing. Raekwon was doing like a tribute thing. I think it was for like Mariah Carey or some shit like that. He was doing a tribute. And we're at the hotel, and at the hotel, like everyone's staying at this hotel. Like fucking, it's just everyone who's at this BT Honors thing is staying at the hotel. So I'm downstairs with my boy, and we're downstairs just chilling in the lobby, and like we're seeing fucking Jill Scott, like all these people. We're seeing all these people, and I'm downstairs and I see Willow. It was Willow Smith. I seen his daughter. So we see Willow Smith real quick or whatever, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, it's Willow Smith. And I was like, oh shit, it's Will. I'm like, Will's here too. I'm like, oh. So I'm going crazy. I'm like, I gotta get a pic with Will Smith, yo. Like, I gotta figure this out. So Chef was like, and like I don't think I ever told anyone this story, so you guys are getting a fucking exclusive, man. But Chef was
that's
like,
what we're looking for.
Chef was where was he? He was somewhere with Trini, and I called them and I was like, it's like, yo, Will Smith's here at the spot. Like, yo, like you gotta come through. You know what I mean? And I know automatically Will Smith and Raekwon see each other. It's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a moment. You know what I mean? They gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I finessed my picture with Raekwon.
Wait, I want to see this picture.
Yeah. It's on. I think it's on my Instagram. It's probably like far back, but I'll probably repost it or whatever. But yeah, that's how I finessed that picture. And then the crazy part is, after I got them together, I look around, Common is over there, and then Anthony Hamilton is in the fucking room as well. So I get them all together, and we're all together in a fucking pic. And like the poor guy I was with, he didn't get, like, he took the picture, you know what I'm saying, but didn't get, you know what I'm saying, he didn't get one with all of us. But yeah, but I'm the one who orchestrated that picture. I finessed it off of the phone call and then let Raekwon do the rest, just piggyback.
So wait, how long ago was this?
Oh, this was a while ago, man. This would have been like 5 or 6 years ago.
And
Maybe even longer, man. It's been a while. It would have been a while ago.
Did Willow see for me like Will's one of my favorites in the world, so I would not have handled that well. But when you did Willow look like him? Like the older she gets, I feel like if I saw her, I'd be like, "Damn, that's Will with hair." Oh, that's Willow.
Yeah, no, it was Whip Your Hair Willow. It was Whip Your
Okay.
Hair Willow. You know what I mean? She was super young. She was super young then. So, you know. But yeah, that's probably the craziest. That's the craziest person I met. You know what I mean?
What's the craziest person who's come up to you when they realized you were you?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. The craziest person who's come to me. Shit, I don't think anyone crazy comes to me. I usually be approaching them like, yo, fuck. Like, yo, what's up? I mean, I think
I have like no wild fans.
It's crazy. I think it's crazy to me, like when like talking to people like fucking RZA, like Method Man and shit, and like they know who I am. You know what I mean? Like the idea that like Ghostface, like if someone went to Ghostface, like, yo, you know JD, like he knows who I am. You know, like that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I really think about that, you know, there's a lot of like top like A-list MCs who know who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? And that's due to like the work. You know what I mean? Like that's years of just grinding and being on mixtapes and being on features and being, you know what I mean, and not being scared to like shake a room, you know what I'm saying, not being scared to like, I was the first, a lot of people don't know, I was the first like Toronto guy that did a lot of shit like when it came to like going to the US and like, you know what I'm saying, doing South by Southwest and shit, and like, you know, I'm like I was there early, you know what I mean? There's a lot of like shit that I did early that, you know, a lot of guys didn't do, you know, that I opened up so that guys, when they came around, it was like, oh yeah, yeah, Arrow, you know what I mean? Arrow was here, blah, blah, blah. Like this is 50 and shit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a lot of little shit, you know? So I'm definitely proud of all of that.
Yeah. What was it like growing up, obviously with Drake? I don't know how much you grew up with him, but being friends with Drake and everything and being around him when his moment came and he fucking just launched. Not many people are ever going to be close to something like that, because you're talking about Will Smith, and yeah, I mean, fucking Will Smith over Drake all day for me, but fucking Drake is a goddamn megastar. Watching that fucking not like a 15 minutes of fame thing either, like he fucking blew up and didn't stop. Being there for that moment, like what was that experience like?
I mean, just watching Drake from young, we all knew he was gonna be something, man. Like we all knew, you know. Like I mean, I at least like within my circle, you know what I mean. Like we all knew, like just he was just so talented, you know what I mean. And like the things that he had going against him, he had so much more going for him than he had, you know what I mean, going against him. So and like he just used to do like crazy shit. Like, you know, he was like the first guy that used to like run around in like a Bentley and shit, and like he was just always doing crazy shit when we were kids, you know what I mean. So I think you know, his talent mixed with like, you know, him being like a child actor and just being used to like fame and just like the camera and stuff like that, you know, it makes it, I think it just made it like a seamless transition. And like coming up under Wayne, you know what I mean? Like bro, you know what I mean? Like that's he came up under Lil Wayne when Lil Wayne was at his peak, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, and didn't just keep up, but like held it down. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a next level, bro. You know what I mean? I couldn't, I don't think anyone can explain what that, like seeing that shit was like, you know what I mean? It was just some crazy shit. You know, it's just crazy.
What was it like to like, was it moments like, you know, like he fucking comes back to Toronto, or like he texts you, you know, just regular text conversation. He's like, yo, I was just with fucking Jigga and fucking I met Beyonce and blah, 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 blah. Like, did those moments happen? Not necessarily those names, but those kind of moments?
Yeah, like not necessarily those names, but like definitely like early on, like when he was doing crazy shit, like we used to talk about like some of the people he was working with. Or like I remember when he first like started working with Wayne, and like he played me like Ransom and like some of them records, you know what I mean? And like mind blown, you know what I'm saying? Like we're kids. Like, well, you gotta think like we're kids, man. We're 22, 21. I don't know how young we are, you know what I mean? But like we're young, you know what I mean? And like that's our dream. Like it's your dream, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, you know what I mean? So yeah, that shit was always crazy, bro. It's always been crazy. And like just watching his ride has been crazy, you know, watching what he's done in the rap game, you know what I mean? Like we always said he would do some crazy shit, but I don't think even he could have dreamt of like, you know, the level he's taking it to. So that's ill.
what was it like? You got, you're renting out studio time now. When you were first recording, coming up, you, Drake, Bishop, whoever, like when you guys were all first getting together, basically pooling money together to record shit, everything's coming out of your pocket. You don't have a lot of money. What was the recording setup like then? Like, were you in a closet with some foam up and a hanging microphone? What was the deal?
I mean, yeah, then it was like you record by any means. Whoever the fuck has a studio, you go and you record. You know what I mean? Like, so I used to record a lot. Like when I came to Waterloo, I had Dub J. That's when me and him first met. I met him my first year over there, so I had a spot over there where I could just kind of go and get any thoughts out. But in the city, like Pro Logic was my guy. You know what I mean? In my career, yeah,
Pro Logic right now.
Yeah, Pro Logic's a beast, man. Pro Logic's not the program, the producer. You know the producer engineer. Yeah.
Kitchener from Kitchener, right? Beatdown Invasion, dude.
No, he's not from Kitchener. Pro's not from Kitchener. I think Pro's from the city somewhere over here. You know what I mean? But he just worked with Nav. He just did some shit with Nav. He did Nav. Him and Nav just he engineered that album. He just did Rowdy Rebel, and Nav just put out a record. He just produced that. Like Pro's, he's been doing some crazy shit in the US, you know what I mean? Working with Mike Dean, doing some big stuff. But yeah, we used to record literally by any means, bro. Like if you got a fucking studio set up, like Rox used to fucking set up his own little thing in his room. You know what I'm saying? We record there. We record anywhere. Anyone who has a mic set up and a little program, we were there, man.
Bro, I have a MacBook set up in the storage locker.
Yeah,
MacBook. Straight up. That's all you need, man. This is like
MacBook, bunch of foam, Bluebird, and a fucking shell over it.
Insulated.
And you're good.
I get pretty decent. I don't get your quality, but it's pretty decent.
Nah, you know what? The key to that whole shit is your mic, man. You get a fire mic and you're good.
My room's not completely soundproof. It would need some work. You know what I mean? It's still a storage room, right? It's not. I insulated as much as I could. But
rooms and shit. Guys are recording out of hotel rooms, out of the tour buses and shit. It's not soundproof. That shit is fucking. You know what I'm saying? Just get a good engineer.
So you really think that it's not? I got a pretty decent engineer, man. I'm lucky like that because I started in Russia, so my sound engineering is like the 10th of a price that you would pay here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I send my boy a couple $100 a month, and he's fucking happy, and he's mixing like 5 songs a month. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
And he's decent at it too. Didn't you have some shows over in Russia or spend some time over there?
I was gonna ask that too. Yeah.
No, so I haven't gotten a chance to touch Russia yet. Onyx, I went and did a Europe run with Onyx.
Yeah, I thought that's when you did, but you didn't. You guys didn't go there, or you? No,
they ended up doing Russia after we did the Canada date. So Corona had shut down for Canada, and then they snuck over to Russia quick and banged out a couple dates before the world went to madness. You know what I'm saying? I miss shows so much, man. Like it's crazy. I got cut off. We were in Montreal when coronavirus hit. You know what I'm saying? So before we had to hit West Coast, we were supposed to go do South America. You know what I mean? So I was fucking hyped. I was like, okay, we're doing a world tour, baby. You know what I mean? And then fucking just coronavirus just fucked all that up, you know? So, the world's changing and you just got to kind of adapt with it. You know what I mean? I see what people are doing with these live streams and like their shows that way. You know what I mean? So maybe before the next project, like we'll do something sick and just bless the fans with something ill. You know what I mean? Do a little show that way or whatever. Or hopefully the world starts to open up, with all this vaccine shit.
Yeah, the live stream shit that's going on now. VERZUZ is one of the things that's going on. It's some of them are cool, some of them I don't really give a shit for. What are your thoughts on them?
I like the VERZUZ stuff, man. Like I'm a big reggae fan, so the Beanie Man one was a sick one for me. Him and Bounty Killer was an ill one. I like the Gucci Jeezy one for.
I hated that one. You like that shit?
Man. Oh man, dog. The reason I love Gucci Jeezy is because like it wasn't supposed to ever happen. Like that, dog. Think about this is what you gotta like grasp, right? Yo, someone sent his boys to murder someone, and then the guy murdered one of his boys. And then he's rapping like this is not supposed to happen. Like this shit is not.
That's what I'm saying. I think Jeezy took an L on that one just for being in a room with him because he lost somebody to that man.
You know what? Yeah, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? Because Jeezy took the business route, and I understand that from a street level, yeah, he took an L, but like from a business standpoint, no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like the amount of eyes he had on him for that hour and a half, like priceless. You know what I'm saying? So, and Jeezy was smart enough to turn that into some other money. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think. Like I like the idea of the versus shit. You know what I mean? I think it's cool to like celebrate the artists, and it's like to relive some of these records and stuff like that. You know, I think it'd be dope to have you know, people are always saying like Toronto artists can't perform together. It'd be dope to have some sort of performance, and like maybe I'll try to put that together, you know, like with some of these up and coming artists that maybe they got beef or whatever. You could literally live stream them from different places, you know what I'm saying? And fucking done and done. There's your little concert. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, yo, Toronto artists can't have a concert, you know? Boom, you got a concert.
So what if we do some Canadian verses? Who does JD Era go against on a versus platform? Another Canadian.
I don't know, man. I'm a mixtape guy, man. You know, I come from a mixtape side, so I don't know. I don't know, man. You got fuck. I have no idea, bro. That's a good question, man.
I would like. I don't know. Here's one, but I mean, he's not active anymore, as far as I know. Back in the day, like Infinite, someone like that, you and him could be fun. See, there's things like you and Class would be cool, but it's not. The Clash
got a lot of bangers, man. Clash got a lot of commercial bangers, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Clash wouldn't be right.
He'll play Inner Ninja and fuck up a room, man.
That's what I'm saying, right? The Clash wouldn't be right. The Clash wouldn't be right. But we're going hip hop. You and Jellystone, but I don't know if he has enough material. If we're going 20
I don't know,
songs.
man. That's an interesting one. You know what I mean? I'm always curious as to like whenever I ask people like, yo, what's your favorite era record? You know what I mean? I'm always curious as to people's favorite era song.
You dig. That's mine for goddamn sure.
Really?
Oh my God. I listen to that shit. I bet you since that shit has came out, there hasn't been 5 consecutive days in my life that song wasn't played once.
That's ill, man.
That shit, that's my goddamn jam.
I'm gonna let Rox know next time I talk to him.
Rox kills that shit too. Whatever happened to Rox? He turned in 300
happened to Rox?
He turned into 300 pounds of muscle, and then like fucking
he has I know he's big on the fitness thing, man. Like he's Drake's trainer, you know what I'm saying? So that's
I heard that. I didn't know if it was a rumor or what.
That was enough for him to stop rapping, you know what I'm saying? I think.
So that is true, eh? He's fucking Drake's personal trainer, or was, or whatever.
No, he is, man.
He is? OVO, that's real, eh? I heard that rumor. I didn't know if it was true or not.
That's not a rumor, brother. That's Rox is doing the fitness thing heavy. Rox is he's doing his thing, bro. He's killing it. Push pounds, he got his push pound shit. He got the Stadium Olympia, I think it's called. You know what I mean? Like you got a whole fitness machine dealing with professional athletes and all sorts of shit.
Damn.
Push pound sounds very professional.
Yeah. So what are some other Canadian versus matches you would set up without you included? Like who would you put Class against?
Okay. I put like Class against like Mad Child. Ooh. I think that'd be interesting. I think Mad Child he has a couple records that are some bangers that I think that would be interesting. I put I do Choclair versus maybe Socrates. Okay. And then I do Kardinal versus Chaos.
Oh shit. That's probably the one. That's probably the one that would mesh the best.
Yeah, this is just off the fly. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe Kardinal Chaos. I think that would be interesting because they both got some bangers, you know what I mean? And like in Canada, you know what I'm saying? Like don't get me. I think Kardinal probably has the bigger records if I'm thinking about it, but like in Canada, Chaos might have the bigger records. Like internationally, it might be Cardi, but I don't know.
Even in Canada, I'm thinking Cardi's got the bigger records. Maybe not though, because Chaos
I don't
touched
know, man.
pop.
I don't know.
He touched pop crowds.
That's what I'm saying.
I've only seen a few things from Chaos, and Cardi feels like he's just like thing that's there. You know what I mean? He seems like he's always been there and he's never going anywhere.
Yeah.
Chaos just kind of, to me, anyways, Chaos kind of popped up and disappeared. Cardi's just been there. So I think if you're gonna compare overall material, Cardi would just overpower any Canadian artist.
Fair enough. I'm not mad at that argument. You know what I'm saying? Other than Drake.
Maybe
now,
you know what I mean,
and,
but it's just because I've seen some, like I've only moved here early 2000s, so I've only seen some, right? But as many eras of Canadian hip hop I see, as many switches as it does, I've seen Cardi present in every one somehow. He's always sticking in somewhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I don't know. Those would be my short list verses. You know.
Yeah, well, and other coming from the mixtape era, especially like where you really blossomed. That was a lot of diss tracks, a lot of 50 verse Jaw, all that kind of shit was going on back then. What were some of your favorite, like I guess I don't want to say battles, but feuds? Whether it's 50 Jaw, Jada 50. For some reason, 50 keeps coming up in these, but M Benzino, all that shit. Did you enjoy that shit? What were some of your favorite ones?
Yeah, I remember being a kid. Like I used to listen to mixtapes with like all of. I remember K Slay, I think, used to put together a mixtape with like all of them back to back. You know what I mean? It was like from Cannabis to like 50 to like Jay and Nas. Like literally, there was a tape with all of them. That was like my shit. You know what I mean? So I was always like intrigued by like the battle side of shit, just because like we used to always roast. Like I come from a basketball background. You know what I mean? So like, we're on the bus like roasting each other, you know what I'm saying? So like I just took to the battle side of rap, you know. But yeah, man, I think early on, that's what I would say, man. I would say that shit. Like my earliest favorite is probably like Jay and Nas. Nas is like that's probably my favorite battle. Lyrically, I love like I remember being a kid and loving like Eminem Cannabis. Like they had a little back.
Yeah.
That shit was like funny to me, you know what I mean? But like Jay and Nas, like in terms of impact, like I will never forget, you know what I mean, being a kid and listening to like when not like the first, like when Takeover first came out, it was just a verse, you know what I mean? And it was like Jay did it at Summer Jam. Like, yeah, the whole like discover, like the way you discover shit was just different. It wasn't like Instagram now is literally, if it happened right now, like we all know it happened, like done and done, blah. Like that shit was like a moment that traveled, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like I just remember all that shit and being a kid and like, yo, what's Nas's response? And like him going to Hot 97 and me having to like get the tape of the shit for the Hot 97 shit and like, you know what I mean? Like all sorts of shit just to be able to hear the shit, you know what I mean? Like the discovery, I think, was always the thing that fueled me, like as a kid. Like I just love learning new shit about rap and like new flows and like new artists and new, you know what I mean? Like that was my shit, you know, and I still love it, you know, like that's the music's never gonna change for me, you know what I mean? Whether it's battle rappers, like I still watch the King of the Dot shits and like all them shits, you know what I mean? Like whether it's that, like there's so much to discover now, you know what I mean? I'm getting lost in it, but it's like I still love it, you know what I mean? I'll go deep down the rabbit hole on YouTube.
How much of the GP did you follow?
There we go.
Sorry, how much of the what?
The Grand Prix that KOTD.
The KOTD Grand Prix. This
not
one.
Much of it. I'm not much of it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't follow much of it.
Oh, you missed a lot.
Yeah, some good battles.
Oh man, buddy. So many. And
what was the best one?
Oh, you're gonna say Charron and Real Deal. I know you are.
No, fuck no, not even fucking close. Maybe shit.
I check out Clone.
Yeah, Clone had some dope performances. I don't even know what I would call the best, but I mean some of the top ones.
I would say Family Man Hayes.
His first Disaster. That's what I was gonna say. Remember Saya Boy era?
Yeah.
Yo, he recreated himself as Family Man Hayes. And dude, he took off in this tournament.
Bro, yes.
And he battled Disaster.
He battled Diz, and he got
he
robbed,
beat him,
in my opinion.
But he got robbed. That's right.
They were judged battles too.
Oh,
yo, Nameless came out to judge for an event and shit. Yeah, man.
I love those battles. You know, like it's just taking a whole new like shape and form. Like battle rap is like they got leagues and shit. Like I love this shit.
So wait, like, I got a question here. You said like a long time ago that it was like a real challenge for you personally going from battling to actually writing full songs.
Yeah.
In the last hour, you've been like battle rap, battle rap, battle rap. Sometimes I watch KOTD and want to jump in that shit, battle rap, battle. Like now that you're so much further into your career, could you or would you turn around and go back and do that? Or are you just kind of like, I like watching it. It gets me hype.
I like watching. Could I? Yeah, I could. Like that would be effortless. You know what I mean? Like I could do it, and because I just still think of like lines. Like I'm never gonna stop thinking of like bars. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. There's a part of my brain I don't know how to turn off. You know what I mean? And like my girl, like I'll be like smiling to myself in the kitchen. Like I don't know how to turn that part of my brain off. So like if could I could. You know, but like it's just. It's like, who do you battle? You know what I mean? Like, and then on top of it, these guys got a fucking Wikipedia of shit. Like, it's a whole different shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a Wikipedia of shit that they could go through on my shit. You know what I mean? Before they come back to me, like, I don't know shit about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things I have to get around. Like, but I think about it, man. I think about it. And I always fuck around. Anytime I see Organic and like Gully, I always fuck around with them. Like I'll see Organic and I'll be like, yo, Aaron, are you gonna battle? I'm like, yo, if he'll battle me, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say you versus Organic.
I always fuck with him.
It would have to be another rapper if you go that way. You know what I mean? It can't be a battle rapper. I'm thinking.
No, Organic. Fuck it.
It would have. Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, it would have to be somebody in the light too, so you would have enough shit to throw each other.
Yeah. Amy, what were you gonna say?
Well, it's two-part. I know you're more of a freestyle guy, right? So, of what you keep up with, who's the best freestyler to you currently? But then also, who's the best of all time?
The best, like off the top freestyle,
like straight up freestyle, yeah.
When I watch the battle shit, I'm biased. I say Charron just because I'm biased. You know,
we say that
too. But for me, like, and then that's just watching him come up, like, and knowing how hard that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says some shit that like off the top that I'm like, yo, that's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? But like, you know, guys like Super Nat are like fucking wizards. You know what I mean? Like they're like that's another guy. Like you can't turn. Like he's gonna be 90. You know what I'm saying? In a rocking chair, like, and like, like the walls are white. The fucking, like, he's just gonna be rapping and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just some guys, they just got it in them. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, I'd say. But for me, like, Charron's probably one of the sickest that I've seen. Like, and I know is going off the top. You know what I mean? And there's guys that pretend that like don't. I used to pump fake it sometimes. Like even when I used to do this, like I'd have a couple in the barrel. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple bars in the barrel ready for you. You know what I mean? But you know, and I'll mix it up with what's going on in the room or whatever. But like I know for a fact, Charron, you know, you show up with a red shirt and some yellow shit, and he got you. You ketchup and mustard on the fucking bar. You know what I mean? You know, so
you're speaking our language right now. So all time though, Super Nat.
Yeah, I think just Super Nat, and like just for entertainment, like from a rapper, like Eminem's fucking sick. Like people don't give him enough credit, like, but like bar for bar, Eminem's the best rapper. Like he's the best rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I like everyone loves different styles of rap and different whatever, but like on paper, like bar for bar studying this shit, like I don't know anybody who does what the fuck that guy does like with bars. You know?
Real quick, because Amy is gonna come in with a fucking flood of Eminem conversations.
No,
I assume. What about Idea? Where's Idea rank for you?
He's up there, man. He's pretty sick too, man. He's pretty sick. I saw him do some shit that blew my fucking mind too. You know who's also sick? Like just like on some regular shit, like rest in peace. Like that Juice WRLD kid was fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like off of the top, you know what I mean? Like there's guys, I'm sure there's a lot of guys that, you know what I mean? Like you just don't even fucking know about that are sick with it. But like that I seen up close and personal, like Charron's one of the best, man. I got to tip my hat to that kid, you know?
Oh, I think Charron is the best, especially currently. I think Charron is the best. There's some guys who are nice with it, like DNA and shit like that, but Charron is fucking just incredible. The way his fucking head works, it's fucking nuts.
Pause.
Wow, that was such a
that's the perfect segue for the Facebook posting, Amy. I'll let you have your fucking fun.
I mean, look, I'm just gonna say this.
Just read it all the way
Jason-
through.
I will. Jason gets really excited sometimes about guests that we're gonna have on. You are certainly no exception, particularly because this was, already gonna happen a little while back and it's been pushed back a little bit.
Yeah.
And so if you know Jason and you know our schedule, which nobody does but us, it is very clear to see that on days when we're going to record with somebody, whatever he posts on his Facebook that day coincides with whatever guest we're going to have on that night.
But it's not necessarily a plug.
No,
Like,
no,
like
it's
you gotta
nothing
read
about
between
the
the
show.
lines.
Nothing
Right.
about the show.
Yeah.
So this morning I hop on Facebook and I see exactly what, that's why I laughed earlier when you were like, wow, you must be old school. Yeah, here's Jason. When they see me on the block, they holler, "Arrow, what's good?" Right? So I'm over here. It's like 8:00 in the morning, and I'm like, "Wow, this came even earlier today than I expected."
That's fucking
This
gold.
motherfucker can't
Hold it.
type, doesn't know how to write words on his phone, and is excited about this show. And he says back to me, "I almost came at 6:30 a.m." I couldn't. I literally was. I almost tweeted. I don't even think I follow you. I should do that. I almost tweeted you to be like,
Perfect.
"I don't know if you want to talk to this man today."
Yeah, perfect pause moment right there.
It was
Perfect pause
amazing.
right there.
I wasn't going to say anything about it, but since Jason wanted to out himself,
So,
No,
but
you know,
the I was supposed to be it. Because it was supposed to. It almost came at 6:30 a.m. The post, right? And I put I by accident. And
that
fucking-
Apple typo. I know how it goes, man. I know.
oh my
no,
god!
Apple type. Hey, I is a word. It did not autocorrect it to I. Don't give him any credit.
That's fucking funny. Yo, Jason, the only reason I'm doing this shit is because you're my guy. So I don't do no fucking podcast. I don't do it. I hate interviews with a passion. I don't like people asking me questions about my fucking life and shit. Like, I barely like posting. So I'm very much a recluse and my friends hate it. And I'm going to start just putting out more music just to like offset that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't talk to me, but here's some music.
Here's what I have to say. Listen to it.
Yeah,
Don't ask me about it. Yeah, I really appreciate that, man.
You've been rocking with me for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So, I had to at least check in for you.
Can we be fair though, at least, and say that we are at least not one of those annoying fucking shows that just has a Q&A list 80 questions long?
Yeah, no, that's the worst, man. Like, so, like, when you first started rapping, what, like, fuck off, man. Just fuck, yeah. What do we talk? You guys talking MMA? You guys talk MMA at all?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Amy and I covered MMA for fucking almost a decade.
Yeah.
Who you guys got Saturday night? I gotta do some betting. Who we got Saturday night?
You bet on MMA?
Well, shit, I bet on anything. Fuck you, fucking.
No wonder he hangs out with the gambling man, Bishop Brigante.
Right?
You guys probably bet on fucking everything.
He has some good gambling stories about me. He's gotten me way too many times. That fucking guy.
He's got Drake's watch.
Yeah.
Yo, when he said that to Arsenal, I got Drake's watch, and all you wanted was his time. Oh my fucking god. Oh, damn. Yeah, when I remember that blackout, it's like Bishop's coming back. It's like no fucking way. Holy shit.
I love it. He makes me want to hop in one, you know what I'm saying? Hop in a quick battle. Like every time I see him fucking fuck around and shit, like I'm like, yeah, I'm tempted. Because that's where I used to fucking run around with him all the time. Like he always talks about some of the battles where like the pony battle and shit. Like there used to be a bunch of battles I used to see him and we never ever got a chance to like go against each other. You know what I'm saying? Like ever. Me and Bishop always would like be on opposite sides of the bracket and then something would happen where we never met. You know what I mean? So I'm always fuck, man.
Hold up.
You got me circling back. You got me circling back to battle rap. Fuck out of here.
No, look, and I was about to bring it right back. So you're welcome in advance. What I was about to say was the fact that you even led off with the card this weekend, which arguably for people that don't watch that much are full of names you wouldn't know, and you sounded that excited and didn't even mention Connor fighting, tells me that you're a real ass fan. So who are you betting on this card?
I don't know who I got for UFC. Okay, smart money is on. I don't want to take the wrong bet and say it out loud and lose. Okay, which fight? Which fight we talking?
I mean, I feel like you got the whole card worked out, so pick your poison.
Okay, Burns, Usman. I can't go against the Nigerian, man. I can't. I'm not allowed to. You know, like they're gonna come at me. But Burns is fighting like a monster. I love his energy and like the way he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta go with the Nigerian. Sorry, that was an easy one. Women's fight.
The guy from Ghana says
I go
you gotta go for
Barber.
the Nigerian. No kidding.
They're my neighbors, dog. I go Barber on the women's fight, but what's the odds? I gotta check the odds on these things. See, I'm betting on betting. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make some money.
Yeah. Do you use prop bets?
What? Yeah, I use props.
You use prop bets?
I'm probably gonna use. I'll probably do bet 365 on this one, but like, give me a bet here.
I'm gonna take a look. I don't know if I'm gonna give you a bet. See, the problem with me betting, let me break this down in the most simple terms. I put a $10 bill in a slot machine in Niagara Falls Casino one time and went through it, bet max on a quarter slot machine, and I was fucking furious the entire day because I lost $10. Okay. Betting and me don't go hand in. I just don't get it. I'm like, I get nothing from this, right? Like, fucking give me something. I get nothing.
So you haven't experienced the thrill of victory, is what it is.
That's accurate too. Yes.
Yeah, you're on the side. You're on the side of the agony of defeat, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying?
You're a lifelong loser, Jason. Get used to it.
Yeah, but there's brighter days. You know, that's what you got to believe when you're in this gambling arena.
Look, you know what?
Win.
Here's what we're gonna do. After this, since we got all the questions shit out the way. Yeah. When there's a big card coming up, you're coming on for like 20 minutes. We're going to have like a preview betting line era says moment.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, so looking at these betting lines, I'm going to send you some links to some people that you should listen to about betting that I actually know from working in the industry that can give you some actual advice.
Who are you going to
after we're done the show? Nick Kalikas.
Yeah.
And then the dudes from what is it, Bookie Breakdown or something like that. They worked for TSN for fucking the longest time, and then the Score, and now they're just doing their own thing.
The Score. Yeah, definitely send Nick though for sure.
Nick.
Don't we all miss the Score? Don't we all miss the Score? The real Score? Like, fuck, man.
You fucking. I bet you really do. You were talking basketball on the Score, weren't you?
What? The Score is the shit, man. I used to love the Score. I used to have the record. I was getting paid nice from doing the intro on that
yeah.
shit. I used to do the intro on, what was that shit called? I forgot what they called it. It was on the Wednesdays though. They used to play it all the time. And I had the intro that I used to just funnel my songs. That's what I used to funnel music. I played one of the records from 13 and then just rap basketball over it, but you hear the same beat from the record.
It was Friday the 13th. Was it?
Yeah, I was finessing from young, dog.
That was that beat. Yeah. Macy Barber, Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's a -125 favorite. That might be something to grab onto. I don't have a lot of faith in Macy Barber, especially because she has a ton of excuses.
You don't like Barber?
After her last fight, all those goddamn excuses, and then her dad came running in, making more excues for her in the
yeah.
That was embarrassing, man. That was embarrassing. So Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns. See, I think that that's what I have to say. But Gilbert Burns has proven me wrong many times before.
That's what I'm saying. And I just there's something about, listen, if he was fighting anybody but Usman, I'd be willing to bet on him.
Oh yeah, if he was fighting Covington or some shit, I'd be all over Burns.
I'll take the bet. I'll take the bet.
For sure.
But,
for sure.
Sorry, Usman might kill him.
I think you gotta take Gastelum in that fight.
No.
Come on, man.
No. Hell no. And Ian Hannah, sure, whatever the fuck. Sorry, buddy. I don't know how to pronounce that. And check this out, Era.
What do you mean, no?
He's an underdog at +187. How do you not jump on that?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's murder. But Yo, he's been killing shit, and Kelvin Gastelum has not been killing shit. I can't believe Kelvin Gastelum's that much of a favorite. I'm gonna hook you up with the right people.
All right, let's do this thing, man.
But
Let's make a little money.
Usman, I think, is the safe bet. Grasso is a good underdog. Do you do parlays as well?
Yeah, I'm definitely doing parlays on this one.
Hein Inch, or however you say it, plus 187. I think that's a good grab because Gastelum shouldn't be that much of a favorite, for damn sure. So you want to talk some more MMA? What who do you like these days? I mean, I don't want to hear about I like Chuck Liddell and Randy Couture and GSP. Like
I mean, in terms of exciting guys, Adesanya is a fucking exciting guy. You know what I mean? Like
another African, of course.
Am I biased? Do I only watch this sport when my brothers are fighting?
Yes.
You can't even like a Puerto Rican or something.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh,
no, though.
Look, I try to catch UFC fights. Honestly, whenever I get a chance, I like. And every Saturday there's something popping off. Dana has strategically taken over fucking your Saturday night. You know what I mean? But I like boxing. I'm a huge basketball guy. You know what I mean? So I'm a little bit. I watch a little bit of everything. I stay in touch with a little of everything. But I'm sure you guys are way bigger MMA people than me.
Not so much anymore. I mean, probably still.
No, you falling off, bro? You falling off?
Oh, yeah. It turned into, because covering it for so long and the way the media side of it went, it was all clickbait. Okay,
clickbait. Question.
Yeah.
Does anybody in their right mind want to fight Khabib?
Yeah,
No.
plenty of people do. Are you kidding?
Well, I mean, you want it because it's a shot at the title and you get a payday, but you're going to lose.
No, I mean, like does someone really think they could beat him?
No, I have a deep down inside.
I think after Connor, there's a stigma just floating around the fucking UFC. Like, stay far fucking away from that guy, unless you want the payday. No problem, you want the payday, take a couple punches to the face, get put in a submission, go about your day. You know what I mean? But
yeah, he's fucked up people his entire career. Nobody.
I don't know if you want that smoke, especially with his dad dying. I don't know if you want that smoke.
No. And Khabib retired. Well, he's still the champion, and Dana's trying his hardest, but it's not going to happen, man.
He's opening a chain of coffee shops in Russia.
That's what he's doing right now. That's what he's focused on.
I'm not sure what he's focused on, but he's the face of it. I'm not sure how much of it he runs.
Nice.
But his because I follow him on Facebook, and his thing says I'm opening a bunch of coffee shops, and the first one is in one of the cities in Russia. I don't want to say the name because I'm not sure. But
okay,
it wasn't right.
So my other question to you guys is how do you guys feel about these YouTubers?
I hate it.
I gotta ask. Is it you love it because you want to see him get his chin punched off, or you're like, I fucking hate this, it's just ruining the sport? Like,
I'm not a purist by any stretch. I do like freak show fights and exhibitions,
right?
But I don't think that these particular instances we've seen so far are worth the bandwidth I stream them on. I think they're trash and they're honestly just like, they're clickbait like media is. They're not worth fucking watching. If I'm going to watch some bullshit that's going to be like not real ass shit, I'm going to watch fucking Tyson and Jones Jr. again. I'm going to watch that. I'm not watching some motherfucker from YouTube I don't even like get his ass whooped by people I also don't even like.
Fair enough.
You see Holyfield Tyson 3 is signed. It's going down to Dubai.
Is it? I don't know. Like, something about that fight scares me.
Yeah, because they're 100 years old.
Yeah, like when we're doing combined age, like when the combined age is a buck, you know what I mean? Like,
what the fuck are we doing here now? It's a circus.
Guys, like the payday isn't that. It's not that worth it, man. Like, I want to see you live. I'd rather see you turn 80.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Did you see Jones holding his stomach after that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was rough. It was rough to watch him take the beating. And Mike was just fucking on 10, just like feeling it all over again. Mike, he felt like he was 25 again. Well, fuck.
Who are some of the boxers? Who are some of the boxers you like currently?
Fuck. What I like Gervonta. Gervonta's sick.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to Adrian Broner, bro? Like I was on the
Adrian
Adrian Broner bus.
What didn't happen to Adrian?
Yeah,
I
no
was
shit.
on the bus, dog. I was on the AV train. You know what I'm saying? Then once he started rapping, anytime a guy starts rapping,
Yeah, he did. I was just showing Krill that shit the other night.
Dude, he has a fight in like a week or two.
He started rapping. He showed up at a fucking smack event calling out Lux and Mook. Fucking out of his mind.
That's when shit starts going left. As soon as they get in the booth, it's like, fuck, man, you're fucking it up. You know
you're doing everything wrong. Yeah,
fucking it all up. What's the Mexican kid's name? The red hair kid.
Fucking Canelo.
Canelo
Alvarez.
Beast, you know what I'm saying? And I like grown up Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Grown up Canelo, like Floyd never wants that smoke. And don't get me wrong, the age gap is just, it works against him. You know what I mean? Floyd took him while he was young enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he kind of had to take him at that time. Yeah, he had to take him at that time though. You know what I mean? Because like 2 years later, you're gonna take that up. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you know he's on a steep incline. You know, so it's like, yeah, fuck, man.
Ryan Garcia, you know who that is?
I do. I like Garcia. Garcia's sick, nice. Man. I saw his last fight actually. Garcia's last fight was sick. Man. There's a kid. Fuck, what's his name? Oh, I'm gonna butcher this, and this is the worst. See, this is why I hate interviews. You see this shit? It's like I don't have my fucking list over here. Like, let me just fuck. Next question. I love the Raptors. Fucking brain freeze. That's the worst.
Yeah, no shit. Especially when you're the host of the fucking show and it happens. That's really fucking bad. And like, Amy's not here with us physically and shit. And I'm like, whenever that happens, it doesn't happen too often, but when it does, I'm just like, holy shit. I feel like I'm standing in front of the classroom and everybody's laughing at me.
Getting flashbacks, huh?
Fuck you. Hello?
I heard, he was like, fuck you. I was like, hanging up. My bad. A little technical difficulty.
A little bit of rage. No, you mentioned the Raptors. Obviously, a huge basketball fan. When they won that fucking title a year and a half, 2 years ago? Because last year was like a half season, basically.
Yeah. Sort of counts, doesn't really.
Well, yeah. How fucking happy were you?
Oh man, that was like just the type of like that joy. I don't think people understand the pure joy that moment brought for so many people. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like a fucking little kid in the streets for that parade. Like I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was drinking. It was just a good time. You know what I mean? If you love basketball, if you love the Raptors, that's one of those moments that you had to be there for. You know what I'm saying? So that was some crazy shit. And just that year was just crazy. You know what I mean? And to fucking lose like we lost last year just hurt a little bit. And now we're not shit, but we're working some things out. You know what I'm saying? As long as we make the playoffs, I'm cool with it. You know, make the playoffs, maybe fuck up someone's season. Let's do that. You know, this isn't a championship team, but you know, make the playoffs, try to fuck up someone's run, or decide that we're gonna be shit, trade everyone, and let's lose like a motherfucker. Like we gotta decide. But this like middle of the pack shit, I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? Pick a side. You know, so that's how I feel about my Raptors.
Which Raptors team era did you think? That's sorry for the pun again, but like the era of Raptor organization that. Which one to you was your favorite? Obviously, the championship one you have to say is the best. Look at the stats, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
But what was your favorite? Like, was the Vince and T-Mac? Which one was it?
Vince T-Mac is pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, just man. Because like I remember T-Mac. So I used to watch T-Mac when he was in like high school. You know what I'm saying? Like he came to Canada for a tournament, and I saw him in Canada like when he was young. You know what I mean? So to see him translate into that guy and then end up playing on like he was a fucking monster. You know what I mean? Like, and then him and Vince, the whole cousin shit, like the dunks, that was special for everyone. You know what I mean? Just as a kid, like Toronto never had that before. You know what I mean? So that was special in its own right. But I mean, fuck, man, come on, Kawhi, bro. Come on, bro. Like Kawhi, dog. Like
over T-Mac Vince.
Yeah. For me, yeah.
For
Yeah,
me,
man.
that was
Like,
my
T-Mac,
favorite.
Vince T-Mac was special for a lot of reasons, and I understand it. There's nothing like OG Raptors. I get it. But we went to the top of the fucking mountain with a different guy. So sorry.
Were you mad at
Greatest
Kahai
Raptor-
for leaving?
Greatest, no, I'm not mad at him for going home. Like, what is wrong with people?
And especially he was a free agent.
He's a free agent. Oh, like they offer you the world. You can take the world in this cold place, or you can take the world in this hot place. Oh, by the way, you're from there. I'm out of here. That's not even the choice. Like, I'm gone too. Sorry, guys.
What was the first Raptors game you ever went to?
First Raptors game I went to.
Was it in the Dome or ACC?
No, I wasn't lucky enough to go to a game in the Dome. First Raptors game would have been ACC. Honestly, I don't remember who they played, to be honest with you, but it would have definitely been ACC.
What's the best Raptors game you've been to?
Best Raptors game.
Because I mean, you were working inside the basketball industry somewhat. I assume that you
got
a little
but
bit
I
of
never
access.
every time you gotta understand, right? Like, so everyone always thinks that, but whenever it comes to fucking like playoffs, game 7, blah blah, like that's like look out for your fucking self time, right? Like ain't no like Era's trying to get a ticket, like ain't none of that.
No comp tickets.
Bruh, when I tell you Golden State series, I got people who owed me money. I got family members who fucking had the link. It was look out for yourself. And these are people who are like casual Raptors fans. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the worst part about playoffs and shit like that. Like they should literally like put 1,000 tickets dedicated to like real fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we know you guys were supporting us when we were shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these are your seats. You know what I'm saying? But like that time it's like, you know, the old MLSE white guys, like fucking, you know what I mean? Like their nephews and their nephews' friends. It's like, uncle, whoever, like, I want to go to the Raptors game. You're like, okay, yeah, they're playing whoever, game 7, sure. Here's the tickets. You know, poor me. I got to be on the outside. I'd say probably Milwaukee, the Bucks series. I went to a couple games for the Bucks series during that championship run.
Oh, shit. That was a great series.
Yeah.
That was a really good series. You ever get to see Jordan play live?
No, never got to see Jordan play live, man. Never got, and I'm like the biggest Jordan fan of all time. You know what I mean? But like my pops, he couldn't take me to those games back then. You know what I mean? Like he's super busy running around and stuff. But yeah, no, Jordan. I wish, man. Jordan's the GOAT, and that's actually on my bucket list. Like when you ask me the most famous person I met, like if I meet MJ, like gotcha. Sorry, Will. You know
you're gonna faint like one of those Michael Jackson fans in the 80s. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm with
MJ's
you, man.
My guy, dog.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you
saying?
completely.
Yo, like and I know how to get him too. You know what I'm saying? MJ's notorious for betting, so I'm taking a bet on this. Like that's on spot. And I said we're betting on something. Yo, $2,000. I hit this shot. It could be a trash can shot. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get MJ for a couple bucks. that needs to be my story with Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? I bet him and I beat him.
Yeah, I see where he could get out of that. I think with pretty much anyone is he just keep raising the bet until not many people are going to match it. What did you think about the Last Dance?
Oh fuck, that's amazing. You know
Best
what I mean?
Sports documentary ever.
Amazing. You know, and for me, just being a Jordan fan. There's so much shit. Like, so I was a little kid when I was watching Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Be like Mike. You know, I'm literally the little kid outside getting his jump shots up. You know what I'm saying? You don't fucking know these guys are fucking smoking cigars and drinking in the fucking back before playoff games and shit. The fuck? Like, I was like, yo, I'm like, Mike? Like, this is yo, Mike's the man. Like, nah, I fucking like playing golf rounds before fucking game 7 and shit. Like, like this. So much ill shit, you know what I mean? That I just didn't know about him, you know, and it was just dope to watch. And like my pops got to see it too, you know. I made him watch it. I was like, yo, you gotta watch this shit, pops. You know, and you watched all the parts of that. So yeah, that's special. That's definitely the best one for me.
Yeah, when I first heard Jordan swear in like episode 1 of that The Last Dance series, I was like, oh my god, I was like startled. Like, no, he doesn't swear. Like, I get what you're saying, right? It's like because he is just the perfect everything. It's like, oh my god, he swears too. He smokes. Yeah. Yo, that shit was amazing.
Yeah, man, 100%. And I say like, and I'm like, you know, those wrestling, like Dark Side of the Ring, like I fucking love those shits. You know what I mean? So like, I love those. I love 30 for 30s. Like I love all of those, but definitely Last Dance is probably the best one, man. Did you see the Tiger Woods one recently?
I started watching it. I watched probably about a half hour of it, and it was so boring and slow. I had to turn it off.
Nah,
I was waiting for like the voicemails with the "Hi, it's me, Tiger." Oh, that shit.
They tried to shit on my boy Tiger, yo. They tried to shit on my boy Tiger. You know what I'm saying? He was just having a little bit of fun, yo. That's all. He was new to it. He was new to the fun.
Wow.
Holy shit. And also when I'm watching them, I couldn't stop thinking about the Dave Chappelle racial draft. It's just, I don't know. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. And there's certain things that they recreate, like Rick James, right? It doesn't matter. Anytime I see or hear Rick James, I'm going to think about Dave Chappelle right away. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And it was the same type of thing watching Tiger. It was like, what does he say? Yeah, goodbye fried rice, hello fried chicken.
Classic.
Shit's hilarious.
Number one in offensive comedy, he was, right?
Oh yeah, man, that's classic. He hated everyone. It was racist for everyone.
Did you see he just announced that he is going to let the show go back on Netflix?
Yeah, they must have paid him, man. They must have finally fucking paid him. Comedy Central said, "Okay, we can afford to give you some pennies." Like, how much money you guys made off of that fucking show? Like, geez, give the guys a little bit of pennies and go about your business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no shit.
But,
another thing you got going on, the Enough is Enough campaign, like stopping the gun violence and violence overall in Toronto. Well, first of all, you were, I'm sure, around people growing up, and I'm sure you probably had a different attitude, right? You're young, you have an ego, fucking whatever, your head's up your ass, thinking some shit is cooler than it actually is. Was shit way worse now than it was when you were coming up, as far as gang violence, gun violence, and violence overall?
I mean, like, so like I always talk about this shit. Like, it was always there. It's always been in Toronto. You know, like when we were coming up, it was always there. I think now it's just like, you know, it's an evolution. It's like everything, you know what I mean? Like it's just evolving, you know what I mean? And like right now, the situation with these kids, you know, like what I try to preach to them is like, you guys are beefing over these little neighborhoods that you don't even fucking own, you know what I mean? Like that's one of my, like the big things. Like I've had some of them come to the studio and I try to talk to like the youth and like, you know, just like try to understand it, because I was young. I was a young hothead, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, you know what I'm saying? I get it, you know what I mean? And like, I have friends who were hot boys and like used to do crazy shit, you know what I mean? But I just think now, it's just different. Like the internet and like Instagram and being able to like, the way they talk about like the dead, you know what I'm saying? And like in songs and stuff like that, it's just like a different monster now, you know what I'm saying? Like I know for a fact, like when I was a kid, like that was definitely like an unwritten code, you know what I'm saying? Like speaking on the dead, like no one talked crazy about, so you know what I'm saying? Like that was just because you're gonna create a monster out of someone that isn't supposed to be that, you know what I'm saying? Like if you talk about someone's cousin or brother or something, you know what I mean? Like I may not be about that life, but fuck, you're gonna take me to that point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if you know what I'm saying, like you know, like that's one aspect of it, right? Like there's that. Then there's the aspect of, you know, a lot of these kids don't have opportunities, you know what I mean? And all they see is, you know, this shit. They see just this gang banging shit, and that's because they don't have, you know, father figures. They don't have good role models, you know what I'm saying? They don't have someone to look up to. Like I can honestly say when I was a kid, I always had, you know, male role models in my life and like father figures in my life, whether it was my dad or like my older brother or like coaches, or like I always had good male role models, and that was a big part of like my decision making, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're young, you know? So I just think there's so many different levels to it, you know what I mean? That it's hard to just, you know, like paint it with a brush and be like, oh, yo, it's this, and this is the reason why the gun violence is happening or whatever, you know? And like with the record, like, you know, we put out Wish I Could. It wasn't meant to be something that was going to stop gun violence. Like, fuck, we don't think we're going to stop gun violence, you know what I'm saying? But like, no one's fucking talking about this shit, you know what I'm saying? And like these kids, it's getting worse, you know? So You know, like it's crazy. Dub J took it to a whole nother level. You know, like me, I didn't want to get involved unless we were going to do something in terms of in the community, you know, but like he took it to another level by creating this app. He created the Enough is Enough app where they're like, literally you can, like if there's a shooting or something happens in the community, it pops up on the app and you can respond via like love, you know what I'm saying? So people are donating. We've gotten more donations via this app than we did putting up a GoFundMe, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like something like, oh, Adam's Barbecue, fucking in Toronto, who's opened up during the pandemic. This guy raised like $200,000 or something like that in like 48 hours, you know what I'm saying? But you tell people, yo, we're raising money for gun violence, and you know, we're trying to do something in your community, and you'll raise $5,000 over a month. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's really, it's disheartening, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but it's not stopping us, you know what I mean? Like, we're just thinking of new inventive ways, like Dub comes with the app, boom. It's a new way to get people to, and people are now starting to like respond via the app and shit like that, you know, and like all the proceeds from the record are going to this shit, you know, like it takes different levels and different tiers and different ideas and different innovation, you know what I mean, to make people see this shit, you know. But it's like, to me, it's crazy, like, that we could have something where we're saying, yo, all the money from this is going to to the communities to stop gun violence, to do things to help the youth and stuff, and we're all over TV and stuff, and like only one radio station picked up the record, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the issues, like, in Canada, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like there's so many things I could talk about, you know what I mean, that were disheartening that I found out via this initiative. But there's also so many dope things. There's so many dope people, you know what I mean, who have come up for us and like have supported us and have retweeted and fucking bought the record and, you know what I mean, tried to do their little piece, you know what I mean, for the record, you know. So yeah, it's just, this is my first time being on this side of like, you know, a charity, you know, trying to do something like I've always done community work, you know what I mean, like different charities and stuff. Like we've always given back, but this is my first time really like being at the forefront of the shit and really seeing how it works. And like, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up.
And you having Bizloke on a song like that, I mean, he's not his you know, in cool terms, right? His fucking lack of gangster is not fucking question. Like, he's a real motherfucker.
He's not a stranger to gun violence.
And
too,
he's on there trying to, you know, tell kids that look up to him and they're doing shit wrong. Yo, don't do this shit. Do you think that helps, having someone that's certified in the streets on a record like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's like everything, you know what I mean? Like, that's the whole reason. Like, when we're talking about the lineup, like when me and Dub were talking about the guys to get on this record, like Biz and Roni are so important. Like, the record isn't the same without them on it, you know what I mean? It isn't the same without Turk on the record, you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys, they got, like, it's no secret, you know what I'm saying? Like, their histories, you know what I mean? So just to be able to speak to kids, and like our attempt was to have, you know, a little of every generation on this record, because like Maestro, you may not associate Maestro with someone who's a guy busting his gun and whatever, but he's seen it. He's seen this shit from its inception, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's watched it develop, you know what I mean? Like, he's been here for that, you know? So like, his voice is super important, you know what I mean? Like, it's important to have those levels. Like Jellystone, like in his verse, he says like 30 plus years around my end, still screaming stop the violence. Like, that's such an important line. Like, 30 plus years, the man's telling you, yo, we've been telling you guys this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things that unless you keep talking about it and unless you keep putting it in front of people's faces, and like a lot of people think like the app is a little bit morbid, and I understand that side of it, because like when there's a shooting, it updates you. You know what I'm saying? But like, this needs to be in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't something that people should be ignoring. Like, or else when it happens in front of your doorstep, you know what I'm saying? And it hits you in your face that way, it's going to be a whole nother experience. You know what I mean? So I just think it's just important to just educate people. And right now, like, Maestro has a resume building thing. He's doing via Enough is Enough. And like, we're doing different things. You know what I mean? We want to do a bail program, you know what I mean, for some of these kids. We want to have like lawyer advice available for them. We want to have like mental health. We have like people who have signed up. Like, that's the ill thing about this record. We've had people reach out on all these levels, you know what I mean? So like, that's where this thing is going now, you know? So it's like, it's not just a record. It's not just a quick flash in the pan, and like that was my fear of the song. But Dub's gone above and beyond, man, with this thing. So yeah, man, there's gonna be a bunch of different levels to this thing. You know, look out for that.
You remember the documentary Real Toronto? You remember that shit?
Who doesn't?
Aren't like fucking like half of the people in that shit dead now?
Yeah, fuck, not dead. I mean,
well, I mean, like actually
guys,
dead. Like,
a couple guys have passed away from it, but you know, did all of them do time at some point in time?
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, putting guns on cameras probably get
yeah. The white dude, that was I was like, how did you end up there? You must be the worst fucking one.
Yeah,
he's like the guy down the hallway can't take his garbage to the garbage chute. He has to leave it sitting outside his door because he knows we're waiting on him. And I'm like, oh wow! And they're showing the dude's fucking door, the garbage outside shit. I was like, whoa.
I haven't seen Real Toronto in a minute, but that's definitely a classic Toronto moment. That's a Toronto heritage moment right there. You know what I'm saying?
What was the fucking Khalifa or something like that? Not Khalifa. He's rapping. He has like the camouflage bandana hanging down like a do-rag. He was a thing. Started with a K. Khalifa or something.
I think Khalifa's the guy you're talking about.
And he's dead, isn't he?
Yo, I honestly, dog, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I
couldn't even tell you. I don't know. He could be fucking working. I have no idea, man.
But like that, like I mean, like that whole film was, you know, trying to represent something else about Toronto, and like, you know, you're doing is the opposite. But it's fucking it's crazy how fucked up.
I think it just goes to speak about like the growth of the city. You know what I mean, and the growth of hip hop. Like fuck, hip hop's been here how many generations now? You know what I'm saying? And like that record's the first intergeneration, like where we have all those generations on one song. That's the first time Canadian rap that shit's ever been done. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time we have 5 generations on a song. You know, so like I feel like, you know, hip hop is growing, you know what I mean? And we need to have the streets are important. You know what I'm saying? Like for rap music, the streets are always going to be important. They're always going to be the voice. They're always going to drive where it's going, you know what I'm saying? And like right now there's that drill music and whatnot. And like, that's what's happening in the streets, you know, like that's always going to be what rap is, you know? But I think as I get older and I'm like a mentor to some of these guys, you know, it's just trying to let them see like life past 19 and life past 21 and life, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them aren't thinking outside of that, you know what I'm saying? They're not thinking outside of their block. They're not thinking, you know, and you know, it's working for them on their Instagram and their whatever, you know what I mean, right now, you know, but a lot of that shit, you know, a lot of the things you say, like words are very powerful. So a lot of the shit you put out, you know, will come back to you, you know, and you may not understand that now, but it's my job to try and let you know that, you know what I'm saying? If I don't do that, then I'm not being a good big homie, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Canadian collaborations, let's say there's a 2021 Northern Touch. I know you know what that song is. I don't have to remind you.
Yeah.
So that's okay. You're leading the way. Who are the 4 people that are on the song with you? And it can't be any of the repeats from the original Northern Touch.
Fuck, man. A new Northern Touch.
You're leading the way. You're on the track. Who's the 4 people coming with you?
I just put all the wise guys back on it. It'd be me, Drake. I'd make Ross give me a verse. Bring young Tony back. Masters could dust off the old kicks. You know what I'm saying? And Bishop still got it. I make the old guys. I bring back the old band. Yeah, but no. If I or you know, with the new guys, probably like I do like, or you got to do like Drake. You got to do Tory. You know what I'm saying? You got to do. I feel like Class don't get enough respect in Canada for what he does on a consistent, you know what I'm saying, on the hip hop level.
That's crazy to me because like to me he's right under you. He's number 2 in Canada, and the only reason he's not number 1 is because you're in the way. Like Classified to me is fucking. He's been dope for years too, since the fucking late 90s.
Yeah, for me, Class has been so consistent. You know what I mean? Like, and you know, I've been lucky enough to work with him and be in like his home setting and like see how he cooks, you know what I mean? Like, and like I even got a video. I shot a video, unreleased video when I was out in Halifax working with him and shit on the last album. But like, just Class to me is just like, he's a guy who goes under the radar, like, but does units every time he drops. You know what I mean? Like he always puts up his numbers. He always tours consistently. He's never given me a bad verse. You know what I'm saying? He has his lane and he sits in it. You know what I mean? And he's in it very comfortably. You know what I mean? I think that would be my only criticism to him. You know, maybe like jumping out of his lane a little bit. You know what I mean? And go on some other shit, but. Yeah, man, he's one of the most consistent, man. That's definitely a storied career. Like on this side, that's something a lot of guys should aim for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he obviously you're familiar with Pat Stay. I don't know if you know or not. Pat has a podcast with Miracle and I forget the other two dudes' names. Fuck. Anyway, Class was on there probably about two.
Is Quake on? Is he one of
Quake?
those?
Quake, yeah, Quake and Dickie, yeah.
I think. Quake
Class was on there about 2 months ago talking about when he signed that Universal deal and he went over to the States and they wanted him to do songs. He even says in one of his songs, he wanted to do songs with I think he's Simple Plan, really, Cody Simpson, really, and like I guess that was a real thing. And shit didn't work out over there for him at all. For you, like, what kind of experiences did you have crossing the board? Like, did you have any fucked up label deals like he did, or did you like did you hear nightmare stories? Is that something to be forewarned about?
No, man, I've been lucky enough that like all my shit, like anything in the US has been blessed just because like I've always been independent, you know what I mean? Like when you're playing like the label game, it becomes a tricky thing, you know. You're like, you know, Class was signed to a major, you know what I mean? So it was like the pressure on him is to put up a hit, you know what I mean? Like, and that's by like the metrics. That's not like by the culture, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I've been lucky enough to kind of always be independent where it's like I get to create stuff for the culture, you know what I mean? And like numbers have never really been a big, like I've always gotten like my bread, you know what I'm saying? Like outside of rap regardless, you know what I'm saying? So whether the shit hits or not, like I'm gonna keep making music, you know, and it's always just been for the love and like for the culture, you know what I mean? Like I've been lucky enough in my career to always be in that position, you know, like even in the Raekwon, you know, when I was running around with Chef, you know what I mean? Like fuck, rapping with Raekwon, like what's more for their fucking culture than that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so every day it was like that's what you're doing, you know. It's not it wasn't so much about, yo, we need this thing to do 2 million and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like Class was playing a major label game, you know, so that comes with that, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been in a position where like even with Black Market, like I had universal distribution, you know, like I've always put myself in a position where I negotiated where it's like, yo, I get to do whatever the fuck I want and like just support me, you know what I'm saying? Like that's always been the deal, the deal. And like I can't do partnerships. I can't do deals with anyone unless that's the situation, you know what I mean? Just because I've never really had a boss in my life, you know what I mean? So I've always kind of marched to my own drum and it's worked out for me that way, you know? So I've been lucky in that sense.
Well, so also though, being independent, I mean, obviously that opens you up to a whole world of other possibilities beyond, you know, what you were just talking about. So as long as you're making music and you're still enjoying that, is there any desire to like cross over into anything else? Like, especially after doing the score stuff, but like acting, voiceover work, like any of that type of shit?
No, I'll give you a quick story. I'm a fucking terrible actor. So I remember there's a show, what was the show? Private Eyes, the show was called. It's like with Jason Priestley and like some girl. It's like it's out now. It's like a current show or whatever. So they call me. And like I've done like auditions in the past before, but like nothing serious, you know what I mean? Like a little 1-2 here and there. So they called me to come and do this audition for this shit, right? Like, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna come through. And I get the lines in advance. I'm like, fuck, like I gotta be a rapper on the fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's like they're asking me to be some guy like from his past that he knows, he grew up with. Like, yo, what's up? Hi, hey, what's up, yo? You know, whatever. Say, hey, I got this. You know what I'm saying? And I go to do the fucking audition, and I saw King Rain, rest in peace. I saw him before before I go in. And he came out. He had just come from doing it. And he's like, "Oh, Eric, you're here to do the audition?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yeah, yo, like I'm gonna do my thing." He's like, "Yo, good luck." You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. Like, it's a small little room, but like, good luck. You know what I mean? And that was the last time I saw him. Rest in peace. But I go in, I do my audition, and like, long story short, my audition's fucking terrible. Like, I'm like fucking like the worst. I walk in the room, like 3 people just staring at me. There's a camera on me. I'm like, this is weird. Like, what? Like this is weird. It's just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't like, I don't know. Maybe I'd be more natural if it was like just we're doing the scene and like there's people there talking to me like for real. You know what I'm saying? But it was just fucking weird. So I do this shit. Don't get it. King Rain gets it. Ends up passing away maybe a week or 2 after the shit or whatever. But long story short, that was my one and only audition experience. I think I made for like the writer's room, or like I really want to put together like a little hood movie or something like that. You know what I mean? Or some shit
about
like
it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a Master V, 100%. Yo, that's my alley. That is my alley right there. You know?
Too hot for theaters or baller blocking.
Yeah. Oh, baller blocking is a hood favorite. What do you mean,
shit. Oh, I owned all this shit, man. Oh,
yo,
yeah.
I had them all. I had all of those fucking DVDs.
Yeah, they're all fucking terrible.
The nostalgia, but you know what it is? They're terribly good. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah. The Last Dawn, fucking
it's like,
thicker than water.
It's like, who gave you money to make these terrible movies? But fuck, man, you're the only one making them. You know,
crack addicts gave them money to make those movies. That's who gave them money.
However you gotta fucking fund your film.
No shit, films, bro. Oh yeah, man. Thicker Than Water with Mac 10 and Fat Joe.
Oh, you got the whole collection.
Oh, dude, I had them all.
$5 DVD got the flea market had you.
Fuck DVDs. I'm talking VHS.
Oh man.
DVD and VHS. It was around that time. It was around the time when you could get the TV with the DVD player and the VCR.
Yeah, the combo.
Yeah. Columbia House Records was just starting to go out of business around that time.
Oh yeah, the Columbia House funded my whole music collection as a kid, man. I still probably owe them money.
Oh, I'm sure I owe them a fortune. Sorry, my CDs never showed up. No problem. We'll send you them again. No, I already went and bought them somewhere else. Just send me 5 different ones.
Done and done. Let me get a new order.
Yeah, same with DVDs too. Yeah, those hip hop produced movies back in the day. Holy shit, they were terrible.
Classic shit. But yeah, I want to do my own terrible one.
What's good? Okay, basketball movies. What's the best one?
I'm biased in that as well, but it might actually be for me. Sunset Park.
Sunset Park is dope. Above the Rim for me.
Above the Rim is, I think he got games better than all of them. Like Jesus Shuttlesworth, it don't get better than Jesus Shuttlesworth.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
That's probably.
But you know what sucks shit? Hoop Dreams.
Hoop Dreams is not on my top 10.
Trash.
Yeah.
Rebound, Earl the Goat, Man of Goat.
Rebound is a classic. Top of the Backboard, classic. Yeah. I think
Hold the Soul, Soul in the Hole. That was trash.
6 Man.
Oh.
6 Man. Yo, there's a couple of good basketball movies, but like Sunset Park and He Got Game are probably my two.
Blue Chips was nice. Blue Chips was alright.
Above the Rim, yeah, I know. Above the Rim, actually, I can't diss Above the Rim. Above the Rim is a classic too, man.
And the soundtrack to go with it.
But like Fredro had the yellow bubble goose, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and they had the chick from Cheers,
Shorty Doo-Wop. Yeah, that's
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard, Spaceman, smoking blunts on the
Spaceman, yo. Yo, classic. I actually that was one of the first things I talked to Fredro about when I met him. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yo, dog, Sunset Park, like that was my shit. You know what I mean? That and Clockers, like I used to love those movies.
Clockers was good too.
Him and Sticky are in so many of my favorite like movies or like little things. You know what I'm saying? Like growing up, you know what I mean? And like those guys, they're just so chill. You know what I mean? Dog, my career's been crazy, man. I've got to work with some fucking unreal people. You know what I mean? Like some super talented people.
Who are some of like the more old school, like say like late 80s, early 90s people that you may have crossed paths with? like any of the Beastie Boys or a KRS-One or a Rakim or anything like that? MC Search.
I met Rakim. I think that was pretty ill. I got to meet Rakim with Raekwon, and Rakim is Raekwon's favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see like that exchange. You know what I mean? Like that exchange of energy was crazy. You know, because you get to see like a guy you look up to talking to the guy he looks up to. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was kind of a cool moment. Yeah, Rakim is probably like the God MC, man. That's one of the illest ones, you know. I really want to meet Kane. You know, I have a friend of mine who I fucked up. Kane came to Toronto, and like a friend of mine was like driving him around like the whole time he was in the city, you know what I mean? Like just like, and was like, yo, Eric, you gotta come meet Kane. And I was like, I had to do something. I was like running around. I had to do that. I never went to go meet him. That's one of those ones like I kicked myself for not going to pull up on Big Daddy Kane while he was in the city. But yeah, like I wish I got to meet Biggie. You know what I mean? Like fuck, Big was fucking a beast. You know what I mean? Like I wish I got to meet Big. That's definitely one I wish. You know, and Jay Hove is like, I gotta meet Jay, man. Like I meet Hove.
That's the God MC right there.
Yeah. For me, that's the guy. You know, Jay's my favorite.
Yeah, you said that before in songs. I was actually going to ask you about that because you said Rakim's the God MC. I was there's another God MC, and Hove is your favorite of all time.
Yeah, Jay-Z's probably my favorite all the time, man. Like, you know, in terms of output, in terms of like consistency, you know, like, and he keeps getting better. You know what I mean? Like Jay's still a guy.
You like 444? Did you like 444?
Yeah, I do, man. I actually do. I love that album. That album to me is like another reason for why I think Jay-Z is like the best. You know what I mean? Like for him to be able, it's just a completely different album than all his other shit. You know what I mean? And it's still it's fire to me front to back. Like I like the album with him and fucking Beyonce. Like there's nothing Jay-Z does I don't like. I like everything he does. But again, biased opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like he's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, LeBron, if you're a LeBron favorite, LeBron can do no wrong. He can play for the Lakers. He can play for the Cleveland. He can play. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you love LeBron, you know? So.
You know there is a new Jay-Z song, right?
I do. Hard. His verse is crazy. Him and Nipsey versus crazy.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah. 1201. I was like, bah! New J verse, bah! Got it.
That's dope. What about Nas? Did you hear that one?
Yeah, I heard the Nas record's good. Him and Hit Boy, it's a good record. But I'm biased again. You know, like you know, he came at Jay. You know, so for every you know, like you know, we're good. You know, we're good. But like you know,
would you do that? Like if you had the opportunity, would you hop on a soundtrack?
Of course, man.
I mean, you would have a boss though.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, that's different though. That's different. That's a different type. Because even then, you still have to let me do what I do. You know what I mean? You just it's on you to green light the final, but I'm still gonna do what I do. But I'd love to like executive produce something like that. Like I'd love to start to ease into things like that. And you know, I'm hoping the studio, having the studio leads into like different opportunities like that. You know what I mean? Just being behind the scenes a little bit more and helping people like put together things and. You know, like maybe there's a young up and coming director who's working on a movie or something. Like I could lend my expertise on that side, you know. Yeah, you know, like always trying to grow. There's always different things in this entertainment. You never know like where you're gonna end up with this entertainment shit. You know what I mean? So you just got to be open to it and like just keep working.
Facts. Well, I mean, do you see yourself in a perfect world? I guess. Do you see yourself as you go on and build out all this shit? Maybe like go on the Dre route where like sure I still make music but like your ass not making any music but you're doing everything else. Like do you kind of see yourself going that way if you have the opportunity to?
Yeah, I mean fuck, like what, like I said, like I went to school for business, you know. Like even from the beginning I've always thought about the business side of things, you know. So if there's smart plays, you know what I mean, like if there's smart money, I've never been scared to put my money up to do things, you know. So like even with the studio and like I got a couple other things I'm going to be dropping like throughout the year, opening a couple new ventures, you know, just to kind of expand. You know, scare money don't make money is like that's just the realest saying, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like to stare at their money. Like I like to make it work for me, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm a grinder, so I'm always get it back, you know? So I've taken so many losses and learned so much from them that it's like, I just feel like I'm bulletproof when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing we can't do. You know, there's no idea that's too big. There's nothing you can't get involved in. You know, like guys were talking crypto 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, just if you want to learn about it, put in the time, learn about it, and you can do this shit. You know what I mean? So
Do you fuck with real estate?
Yeah.
Do you fuck with real estate investments?
I do. My girl's actually a real estate agent, so she's my little secret plug.
So in your experience then, if you're just like jumping on shit, you know, where you can, where it makes sense, would you say thus far that you agree with the idiom that real estate is the easiest income for anybody who has the money to put up that doesn't necessarily have
Absolutely.
experience?
If you want to be a millionaire, that'll be the fastest way to get you there on some just like, and if you just want to do it on like, you know, your own terms, you know, that's the fastest way to do it in my opinion, you know. But you know, there's always great ideas. Like I'm around people with a lot of great ideas all the time, you know, but that's the foolproof in Toronto or in like the surrounding area, you know, while this is happening, and it just keeps happening year after year after year, just going up, you know, like kind of foolproof, you know, you'd be dumb not to, you know. So yeah, real estate, invest, motherfuckers.
Listen, no wonder you like Charron, right?
I do like my boy Charron. He's on his shit.
Well, I mean, he's been investing for a minute, but okay. So look, so tomorrow you hit one of those stupid ass like Mega Millions Powerball, $780 million, right? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anywhere. You can throw money at literally any fucking thing you want in the world. What do you do first?
What do I do first? I mean, I make sure Mom Dukes is straight. This is like unlimited money.
You like just fuck you money. Yeah,
like
man.
When you say Powerball, this is one of them $250 million motherfuckers. Like,
bro, are you kidding me? That shit I hit almost $1 billion last month.
See, I need one of those. I need one of those ones. You know? But like, I buy an island and I disappear on you guys. And like, I'll have a studio on it, and you'll literally just get songs. You'll just get like random songs every couple months. That'll be
we'll only know you exist because we'll hear these random like Ed Sheeran interviews about like, and JD Era called me because I was in town and he let me have his whole house to record.
That's it. You're gonna just hear these fucking Prince stories about fucking how I just popped up randomly and made pancakes at 6 a.m. and disappeared. That's it. I'm out.
That's it. You guys, all right.
Yeah, I disappear. If I hit a lick like that, I disappear, and I do things through other people.
You know what? I'm simple. My answer to that is every pair of socks for the rest of my life I put on my feet is coming straight out of clean package. Nothing, no laundered socks for me.
What? You can do that now,
bro. I'm not spending. I don't barely even wear socks right now. I'm a flip flop motherfucker.
What the fuck is happening in Ohio?
Look, you know what? Nothing.
Now. Yo, what's that? There's a commercial, lottery commercial in Canada. A guy, he's like a dream facilitator, and he's always telling people to dream bigger. You got to dream bigger. Nah,
I'm talking about.
You can do the sock thing now.
But you know what though? Honestly, unless you like, I'm fucking around, of course. But like, unless you literally like, you're talking about that kind of like prize or income or whatever. I am a firm believer in the fact that people with a lot of money don't have it because they're always like they don't have a lot of money because they're always spending it. Now, people that invest in shit like that, sure, that's a different ball game. But to me, like, I'm not here to drop all my money, even if I have all the money in the world on much of anything. I have most of what I want right now as it is. So
facts. I'm not mad at that.
Even though I'm in Ohio, that part would change in a minute.
You would leave. You'd leave Ohio. You going to LA? You doing the Kauai?
Dude, y'all wouldn't ever hear from me again. You don't have to worry about it. Nope.
Find out you're gonna be in the hills, yo.
Listen to him. Now, you know what? I would probably go back to New York. I love New York so much, but I would drop the money on somewhere that's actually like peaceful in a high enough level in a building, like on the Upper West Side. That's quiet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. New York to me is. I love New York in terms of energy and vibe and all that shit, but in terms of living, like, fuck that. It's like,
If you have enough money, it's a totally different city, man.
yeah, I know. I hear you.
Completely
I
different
hear you. If you're balling in New York, there ain't nothing like it. So I hear what
Right.
you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Yo,
Okay, but I
Toronto's
gotta-
getting real close to that though. Like, what's the average cost of an average house in Toronto now? Do you know?
In like downtown, like
in the city. The other day in Kitchener, it was put out on the news. 850,000 is the
downtown is a mill. Downtown's a mill.
I was gonna say it has to be $1 million plus, right? And
And
we're
like
not
how big?
talking. We're not talking a fucking mansion, anything near it. Like, you know,
No, that's like holes.
dual income, 2-kid home,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
$1 million.
It's crazy.
you know what $1 million would get you in Manhattan?
Oh,
I know.
a
Well,
shoebox.
That's the joke. That's the joke, right?
But yeah, fucking Toronto's on its way.
We're a baby. We're very much a baby New York. Like, we're headed in all the direct, even in terms of like our skyline and how we're building it and all that shit, like how it's developing. We're literally headed in the direction of New York, and that's scary to me because New York 10 years ago, it was like, fuck, this is too much. You know what I mean? And like, now, fuck, man, it's just a lot. Toronto's turning into a lot, you know? So get your property while you can. Hold on to that motherfucker for the babies if you can. And just that's that, you know what I'm saying? And then you got $1 million sitting for someone.
So hold up. Let's go full circle with these random ass questions we just went through. So New York, Ed Sheeran, all this randomness. So we had Poison Pen on for 4.5 fucking hours one night. And I joked about this, and it was a real thing. He had an Ed Sheeran story. So while we can sit here and listen to you all day long, talk about, I ran into Will Smith, I was texting with Drake. It's all, I mean, it's cool to hear because we don't live that life, but like, it's expected, right? So like, what's an experience or an interaction or, you know, a run-in that you have had in your life that would be more surprising? Like somebody would be like, what? Why was Taylor Swift at that Smack event that you saw? Or, you know.
I don't know. Honestly, that Will Smith shit was probably the craziest shit. You know what I mean? In terms of like just some random shit. Like I had no business being at that place with those people. Like I did. I was there because I was fucking Raekwon's +3 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't even the +1. Like I was down the line and like I just happened to be rolling with. So that was probably like the craziest in terms of just random shit like happening. And then on top of it, the guy I was with that same weekend ended up getting arrested. Like, and I remember like Barack Obama, like Michelle Obama went to the BT Honors. So like we saw her motorcade of cars and shit, but like he got arrested for pissing on the street and like just fucking, like that. If I tell you like the ins and outs of that weekend, like that is definitely the most random fucking weekend that I've experienced. You know what I'm saying? But like the short form is like Will Smith popped up and that was some cool shit. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. I don't have any other ones that like I would definitely put out there like that. You know, I'm very private. Like you guys have gotten a lot out of me already.
I know, and I'm still digging. I'm trying.
Yeah, this is the most anyone's gotten out of me in years.
Yeah, that's what the fuck we do.
Yeah,
it's and it's not even like an angle thing either. For some reason,
no, we're just having a conversation.
Exactly. Yeah. Like Amy just said, 4.5 hours of Poison Pen. Fuck, Poison Pen was talking about you when we had him on.
Yo, crazy Poison Pen, yo, that's fucking and you know what? That's one of the people who showed me love from early, dog. Like, yo, I don't even know Poison remembers from how fucking early he was showing me love.
He told me, he told us, I forget what it was, but he told us exactly when he met you, exactly when like the like
maybe Stylist or something like that. I don't know, but it was back like Bishop because Bishop was always in the mix with all those guys.
Yeah,
you know what
Team
I mean?
Homie, all those dudes.
Yeah, Bishop's so sick for that. Like I always show Bishop so much love because like he's never been a guy like if you got a link, you know, like a lot of people like if they got a hookup or something, they know someone like they keep it to themselves. You know what I mean? Like me and Bishop have always like from the first time I met Bishop, like first time I met Bishop had a gun on a fucking dresser, like in a fucking little studio. Like that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? But like Bishop he's always been a guy that like fucking has always like. Just if he has a connect or something like, yo, Era, come through, you know what I mean? Or like, yo, you know, and he's older than me, you know, and always has been like a big homie in that sense, you know? So big up Bishop, yo. I want to show him love. And big up Poison, yo, because that's just legend, man. These guys are legends, bro.
Yeah, and Poison Pen is definitely a legend in so many ways too. Like, you know, I hate to use the word underground hip hop. I fucking hate that because
Yeah, but it's a term, man. Like it's a thing. You know
I hate it though because I think a lot of people they look at it because they don't understand. They're like, it's underground. These guys don't want to make money. I'm like, yo, they're making money. It's just they're not fucking like Jay-Z in your face doing videos at the Louvre. You know, they have careers, right?
It's a whole different thing, right?
Yeah. Like in the movie Juice, when they're talking to Q and they're like, yo, you're just local. And he's like, what the fuck, right? And that's what people think underground is. It's just a local rapper. It's not that. But so, you know, like Penn.
Caltech 9.
Yeah, no shit. Like
Word.
Penn being involved with like Immoral Technique and Pumpkinhead and all these other people, Sean Price and all these other people. And then what he did on the battle rap side, crazy. Like he is an important figure in hip hop all the way around.
He is, man. He's one of those guys. Like that's what I mean. Like there's so many like unsung heroes in this shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys just won't even get their just dues, and it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just important, like, to give guys, to show guys their love. You know what I mean? And like, give guys their roses. You know, while they're here, like those guys make that culture move. You know what I mean? Like they've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, just so many different outlets and so many lanes, and like just watching like where hip hop's grown to. You know what I mean? Like we have so many different things now. You know, like so many different sounds. Like now it isn't even rapping. Like these kids sing now, and that's called rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I had a conversation the other day. I was like, man, like I want to hear what a fucking diss track is gonna sound like in 2021 because like these kids won't even like diss. So what are you gonna think? Is it gonna be your melodic song versus my melodic song? You know, like
shit.
What does it look like now? You know what I'm saying? Like altercations now. I gotta shoot at you because I can't even like diss you on a record. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just weird. Like this landscape of music has changed so much. You know what I mean? Like, and we have so many genres of like rap now, and like there's emo rap. There's fucking, you know what I mean? There's the lonely white kid rap. There's fucking there's the West Coast white guy rap. You know, like Mercules and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's fucking, you know, there's there's so many different like pockets of rap and that have fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, and none is superior to the other. It's whatever the fuck you like. You know what I'm saying? And like that's so ill to me. You know what I mean? Like Nelly. I saw Nelly in a fucking like a Doritos commercial the other day where they're like, I watched this shit and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit, this would have never happened 25 years ago, 20 years ago. Like
definitely not.
You know, like, are you like Hot in Here is in a Doritos commercial? You know what I'm saying?
You definitely didn't see him on most of his verses with that country ass internet.
Oh fuck, man, that terrible. That was the worst. The connections, bro. The connections. They were the versus beta versions. You know what I mean? They were still working out the kinks. You know,
bro, that shit was trash.
But yeah, yo, but it's like this shit has come so far. You know what I mean? So it's literally limitless at this point. You know, because hip hop can be integrated into like anything. You know, whether it's like, you know, MMA or fucking like there's a connection now to everything. You know, like
hip hop runs everything.
Yeah, we're intertwined with everything. You know what I mean? Like it being the number one genre in the world, everyone loves hip hop. It's just what your speed is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you like a lighter version. You don't like the hardcore shit with the same nigga every verse. You know what I'm saying? You like something a little lighter. You know, there's something for everybody now. No, you know what I'm saying? It's not like there's only NWA. That's all you could. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
I mean, that'd be all right.
Yeah, oh fuck, you know, don't get me wrong. Like that's when rap was at its purest, you know what I'm saying? Like in my opinion, right? But I'm also not the old guy that's like fucking, oh, you know, back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Like let the shit grow.
Oh,
you know,
head ice ass over here.
Yeah, you know? It's such a good line.
So wait, is it safe to say in your estimation that the most recent iteration of what one might call a diss track that was worth anything was Kamikaze year before?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's
probably our last example of like what to do. Like these kids are like, I gotta YouTube this shit. Like fuck, yo, stop singing to me. Fuck, like. I don't know. Like I get so excited when kids come to the studio and they rap. Like I'm like, oh shit! Like you guys still do this shit? Like they're not like, yo, hit that auto tune. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
My favorite part of this is you're like what, 35?
Yeah, I know, right? And I sound like I'm 50. Like
You do.
but you got like I've been rapping since I was 18, right? So it's like, and like I haven't been fucking doing the Grammys and shit like Lil Wayne since I was a little kid. But like I've been in these rap circles literally since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? Since I was 15, 16. Like guys like Bishop used to see me coming to the club, like freestyling. In Canada. I've been doing this shit for a long fucking time. So. I just feel that way sometimes.
All right, I gotta ask. You just made me think of this when you said Wayne. Now, I'm not speaking on you or anything you do, but in general, live music, big, like anybody big enough that anybody in the country, well, I guess in America is what I'm thinking, but in Canada, would know who it is and want to go. Hip hop and rap live, generally speaking, fucking awful, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Wayne live?
I've never seen. Wait. Have I seen Wayne live, Jay? I don't think I've seen Wayne live.
What?
I haven't seen Wayne live. I can't say I have.
I don't know how that's possible. Well, look. Here's my unprofessional opinion. Don't. I've never been more disappointed by something in my entire life.
Really? Maybe you didn't catch him on a good day, though.
It was his birthday. We sang to him.
That's a problem right there.
He's drunk before he goes on stage.
No, look. You know what it was? It was one, and it's not just hip hop. And
we sang "Happy Birthday."
We did. I have a video of it. It's so cute. Anyway, imagine having the Barclays Center sing you "Happy Birthday" and Blink-182 wheel you out a cake on fire.
Oh fuck, and that's at Barclays too, huh? Oh, it was during that rock tour, that weird rock.
It wasn't. No. I definitely would not have gone to that. But no, what it was, and I'm disappointed when anybody does this live, frankly. But it was just like Wayne is one of those guys, right? That even if you don't like certain phases of his, that man has a catalog longer than fucking Webster's dictionary.
Yeah,
right. So what happens is, or at least what happened, I've actually seen him twice, but what happens is he tries to hit on like everything anybody who's even halfway aware of him would be familiar with. So what ends up happening is you might get a full verse, you might get a hook, you might get a chorus, and it's all run together like one big 80-minute long song. And that's all.
Like you got 4 bars of this song, 4 bars of that one. I feel like doing this one. I'll do the hook.
Exactly like that, man. Awful. Terrible.
Gotcha. Yeah, you probably just caught him on an off day. He was taking the check that day. He was like, you know what? I'm just collecting, go about my business. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got my little groovy backstage or whatever he got. You know what I'm saying? He had other plans. I think he had other plans. I want to believe you caught Wayne on a bad day.
I don't feel like you catch people on a bad day if they're playing Barclays.
I know that's true. Barclays is like one of those places you got to show up.
Everybody has a shitty day at the office, though. Everybody has a shitty day at the office.
Fair enough.
Have you had a fucked up show? Have you ever went out and just shit the fucking bed?
Yeah, but like only like
back to Wayne.
But like everyone didn't know. Like more like my team knows, you know what I'm saying? Like everything was off and like all the cues are off, but like the crowd, like it wasn't as good a show, you know what I mean? But the crowd maybe they didn't know, maybe they just thought I sucked that day, you know, I don't fucking know. I was Wayne. This is what it's like to be Wayne and have people criticize your shit. Fucking no. Yeah, I don't know. I've had bad days. Everyone has a fucking bad day. It is what it is.
Exactly.
But like shows is the illest part, you know. For me, it's the most fun of all of this stuff. Like when it comes to music, that I have the most fun with shows. Like in terms of like the whole process, just being with fans and shit. And like that's what's weird about this whole like coronavirus shit. You know what I mean? Like not being able to interact with fans and like not being able to fucking like just like the merch booth. That's my favorite place. Everywhere after shows, merch booth is my favorite place to be.
What? Oh, good. You said you're dropping new merch next week, though, right? So what's that?
Sorry, you said I said what?
Or didn't you post somewhere you're dropping new merch next week?
Oh yeah. I got some new merch. I'm gonna have new merch drop, but that's all online. You know what I mean? That's not the same. I love.
No,
the
I know.
merch because, yeah, I just get to chop it up with people and like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to talk to people, you know. So that interaction is like my favorite part of like the whole fan experience, and like doing shows and shit. Like fans telling me like their favorite bars or like, oh, this song was ill, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's the illest part for me.
You ought to hop on Cameo and make some little side hustle money doing that while you're stuck.
Oh, what is that? That like birthday shit? Like where like I could get fucking beta kids to wish me happy birthday?
Yeah, man. Well, it's not just birthdays. I think that's what they market the heaviest. But it literally is like pick a person, pay them to send a message. I think most people pick birthdays, but you can have.
Oh, is that what I feel like I've seen rappers like have a couple obscure people like promote their shit, and that's what they're doing. Huh? They're just using Cameo. Like I saw who was it? Someone had like Jerry Springer or something. I was like, what the fuck? And Jerry Springer was like, hey, I saw you have a new song that just came out. I think that's really good. Good luck with the new song. Like, oh my
Did you do a fucking weirdly good Seinfeld? That was creepy as fuck.
What the fuck was that?
Holy shit. And Jason's a Seinfeld freako, and he will verify that.
That's the fucking weirdest shit ever. You know? Like,
wow.
But yeah, I'm a cameo. Maybe I'm a cameo on a couple things. I can't do OnlyFans, so I think maybe Cameo is where I gotta go.
I mean, you can do OnlyFans, but
yeah, I ain't going.
I mean,
things might go left.
That's amazing. You know what you need to look up? It's kind of funny. Smokey Robinson did, I think it was a cameo for somebody. I don't know if maybe you saw it. It was trending a while back. And this poor old man, somebody come get Smokey. He was trying to wish somebody a happy Chinooka, and he didn't know what that was. I'm not playing. It was real.
They got Smokey, this poor old Smokey, yo. They got the legend doing cameos, yo. This is madness.
Bro, he didn't even know what the word was. Like he never saw Hanukkah spelled out. He was wishing somebody a Chinooka, whatever that is, and I quote.
I'm gonna get whatever that is. Yo, that's classic. I'm gonna get fucking Stevie Wonder to wish me happy birthday or something. This is craziness.
You know who was on Cameo for a long time? Thesaurus. I actually saw some of his videos. They were funny.
What? Thesaurus on Cameo?
Yeah, I don't know if he still is, but he was for a minute, yeah.
And what does he do?
Oh, get your bread, man. Get your bread. Yeah. Get your bread.
Yeah, what is Thesaurus sends out happy birthday?
No, like, so what it is, if you get on Cameo, it's not just like, there's all kinds of people, like celebrities, chefs, I mean, all kinds of people, and they all have a different rate, right? So like, I could get on there in theory and be like, all right, Ilmac, I want you to wish my friend Jason a happy birthday or whatever fucking day thing, celebration. Here's the message you must include from me, but beyond that, spit a few bars and please roast him. And you would get an emailed video from Ilmac addressing you directly that it's like 2 minutes long talking to you.
That's kind of dope, though.
I don't know if Ilmac's on there, but that's what Cameo is my point.
Yeah. No, that's kind of dope, though. That's kind of dope.
All right, so I guess Cameo is the plan. And real quick before we get out of here, Era, what's anything on the horizon, music-wise, whatever else-wise, besides the studio, this, that, anything you want to plug before we let you get out of here?
No, man, just hit me up if you need studio time in the city. You know what I mean? Hit me up for that. Make sure you guys check out the Enough Is Enough app. Go check out the song Wish I Could, you know what I mean, addressing gun violence in the city. I got some new music coming out just around the corner, you know what I mean? I'm just cooking. I want to get this next project like super tight, you know what I mean? Just because like I just want to get people on it that I love, you know what I mean? And like I super respect, and like a couple surprises. So I've been cooking on the low, you know what I mean? I think I got my portion done, but now it's just kind of inserting the right little features and the right things. So look for a full project from me. I'm not really a fan of these like one little single shits. Like I'm still old school in my approach, you know what I mean? I want to give people a body of work every time, you know? So look out for a new project from me, some new videos and shit, and just just look out for me just working with some new artists and just trying to elevate like this Toronto hip-hop scene, you know? Like I've been here a minute, you know, I'm OG on this side, so I want to see some of these young boys get to do the laps, you know what I mean? The laps I did, and go above and beyond, you know what I mean? And just kind of get to be big homie, you know, watching them do some of these things, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that chapter of my career, and just trying to get more bread. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get that Powerball money, baby.
That is the plan, my man. And
Yes,
I think we just went basically fucking Joe Rogan time with Era. Does anyone else have one of these?
Yo.
No, don't be sorry. We love this.
I promise you, no one else got a 2.5 hour.
I love it
with Era, man. I promise you that, yo.
So when the album's about to drop, the next project's about to come out, or whenever you have something you want to talk about, I don't give a shit what it is. Hit me up because I'm going to be hounding you again in the fucking near future.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I'll double back. Absolutely.
I loved it. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show. For JD Era, Kirill Kasatskiy, Amy Barton, I'm Jay Kelly. This is the Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.